What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Wine in the Stars. I'm Jordan. Todd's in the background. Say hi, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
And we just found that there's a new feature available to us in StreamYards. And it used to be when a stream would start, you like for me, for the final countdown to go, I would have to click the button, and then we'd build in a lead time so that you can go up and click the button that you shouldn't press during the stream until you're ready to end that stream, and it says go live. And so you have like this small window of time that you have to press the button and press the other button and make sure everything all syncs up. They've actually added a feature that does that when you just go live. It plays the intro, which was pretty cool. And I think it's going to do the same thing on going out, but I'm not going to press that button to find out. So here we are. It's Thursday. I'm going to do a lot of talking, a lot of building, I say. Hey, Ken, how you doing? Been doing some work for us since I got home. I've done some cleaning up of parts. I'll show everybody here in a few minutes what we've done. Yeah, then I'm due for shipment 6 of kit. And hey, Don, Chase, welcome. Thanks, guys. I'm due for shipment 6 for kit, and I just got shipment 8. I don't know. I paid for shipment 6 exactly 1 month ago, and so after stream, I'm going to start messaging Fanhome and going through all that crap. Shipment 7 is currently out of stock of something. It's likely one of the free gifts. So I will go ahead and show off the kit parts. Finally, it's been, I think, 2 months since we've had a night shift. I haven't gotten any parts since then. Kind of feeling a little sad about it, but to at least get something is pretty cool. And the parts that I got, actually, shipment 8 has some pretty cool stuff in it. So we're going to take a look at that. I also got some stuff from Adafruit. So we were talking last week when we were building the console for the Runabout. Todd suggested that I pick up some panel lights from Adafruit. So I'll go ahead and show those off real quick. And then I've got a couple of hours of makeup time on the Falcon. So I think it's time to pass Todd tonight. Sorry, Todd. And I'm going to go ahead and try to get at least the red and the 2 grays down on the lower half of the hull. I was able to get some paint done last night. Somehow managed to show up to the Perfect Grade stream at 7 o'clock and still managed to get my time in. So I've only got a couple of hours to work on the Falcon. So it's kind of like a special treat. Ken and I have also been working on trying to find some more AS20. I could probably order it from Spray Gunner, but I don't want to pay for the $10 to ship it across. And that's for the MPC Falcon. So we're kind of doing some playing around with some different paints and through some different like like you was talking about at the end of stream last night, the apps that kind of compare paints. So that might be interesting. Ken, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and throw the names of those apps that you were finding last night that kind of compare the paints. And well, basically, you'll say I want AS20, but then it'll give you the equivalent of like in Vallejo or mission models or something like that. I know that there are plenty of insignia whites. I'm not too worried about it because it's the MPC, but I also don't want to work on that thing this week. So if I'm being completely real about it, I'd like to actually get some paint done on the Perfect Grade Falcon. So
my job is to make sure that I sabotage you all the way so you don't get too far at me.
Right. So if you guys aren't watching, and well, you guys are all watching. I know you're all watching. Todd and I are basically neck and neck with the paint job on the Falcon, and you're not going to be there next week, are you?
No.
You're going to be catching up. But then again, I might be waiting for you because we'll talk a little bit about your process tonight. I'm kind of curious because with the paint on this, like, you're mentioning doing it in several layers and several phases, and there's more phases and layers to it than I was going to do. And so I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Yeah. So basically, when it comes to weathering and the chipping, I kind of want to put together a little bit of a checklist for what I should do next. So even though I'm probably going to accelerate past you a little bit, as usual, we wait for Todd to show up. So, but yeah, so where do we start? Let's go ahead and start with the easy thing. First things first. Here are our Adafruit light panels, and I wanted to go ahead and try lighting one of these up and seeing what's up.
Oh, heck yeah.
I picked up 4 of these because I'm not sure.
I wasn't sure if you ordered them.
Yep, I did.
Hey, Don. Hey,
Don.
Everybody's got to take care of themselves, okay?
That's right. So this is the panel light from Adafruit. There we go. Got my ugly mug there, and looks like we just have a positive and a negative on the other end there. So I've already got it wired up for power. Let's go ahead and, well, not wired up for power, but I have my power supply up and running. So let's go ahead.
Look at you knowing which one's which.
I know, right?
It's only 3 volts. All right.
There we go.
Now stick that to the bottom of your runabout dash. Let's see what it looks like.
Good point. Oh, hold on one sec.
Ken says he uses iModel Kit.
iModel Kit, that's right. Okay, let's go find the runabout real fast. There's less of these things these days. Thankfully. No, that's some IPA. Where's the model? There you are. No. Todd, you're already successfully sabotaging.
Well, as Don says, survival of the fittest, and I'm pretty sure I can outrun you. So,
yeah, you probably can. For a minute.
Well, it depends on what's at the other end. If it's like a pizza shop, I'm in.
Right.
You don't run past the pizza shops. We know how that goes.
That's right. So just a review. This is what we got done last week. That turned out so good. So pleased with that. Let's go ahead and there we are. Let's go ahead and power this bad boy up. One more time. Now, what did I do? Good thing I bought 4 of them. I may have burned this one out.
Did you hose it already?
I think so. It didn't power up. I had my amps set a little funny, so.
Well, it should only draw. It should only, if you're giving it 3 volts, it should only draw what it's going to draw.
Right. Oh, that one powered right up. The other one was flickering a little bit when I did power it up, so I'm curious about that. All right. That's going to help me identify some light lakes, but oh yeah, dude, that is so awesome. Hey, Steven, welcome.
Man,
thanks for joining us.
So what I'd be interested to, if you really did cook that one, it'd be good to practice trimming that down, because it should be a sheet of acrylic, so you probably have to razor blade it and then crack it like you're cutting glass.
Yep, good point.
Hose, I would practice cutting the other one down the sides so you can make 2 little strips for the sides.
Exactly. Well, that's why I picked up 4 of them, and they're like $1.95 a piece, so super cheap. Adafruit also shipped super fast. So let's see if I did cook it for whatever reason. It was flickering as soon as I hooked it up, so it may have just been a bunk one. Nope, we're good.
No, there you go.
Well, I don't know why.
You still have to practice.
I still have to practice, so there's definitely going to be one of these. And the idea for this, as I drop it off, is we're going to go ahead and put one of these right here.
How's it fit?
Right on the
gloriously.
That's great. Yeah, gloriously, actually, like almost perfectly. And then,
now, is there going to be room underneath that in the model?
So that's
some space.
I'm gonna have to create some space, or I'm gonna likely actually have to. That is an interesting question. How does this fit up there? So it causes it to sit up a little bit. So if I were to kind of bore in a little bit and just kind of sand out on either side, because what's underneath here is not as super important. Like right here, this is underneath the console. The 2 seats are going to be sitting right there.
Yeah, but you could just drill a hole and just pass the LED leads right to the bottom, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you really could. Okay. And then for the other sides, because the idea is then we're going to have to put a small piece right there and then match it up over on here on the other side. So
yeah.
Like
but so again, you need LEDs towards the wires towards the front and just bore a hole. But yeah, I think you're going to have to either trim away for the. I mean, how thick are those? About 1/8 of an inch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm definitely going to be talking with you about this as I get closer to this build. I'll be working on this after I finish up the Enterprise C. So yeah, I'm going to actually be using this as well. This was a great way of I'm just going to go and hook this up because I'm heating for a good time. This is also going to help me go through and get around some of my edges where we see some of that light bleed coming through where the paint didn't quite settle in. Or
well, try dropping it down to like 2 volts.
Down to 2? Yeah, good point.
Because they are very bright. Like maybe it doesn't need to be that bright. The panels shouldn't be light in your face. So
that's a 2. It doesn't activate.
Okay, try 2.2, just enough to get it to light.
Okay. .5 gets me slight flicker. 2.6.
See if that looks better. It was pretty bright. You just want the panels to glow. You know what I mean? How's that?
2.6. That's a little dim, so let's go ahead and go to 2.7.
Well, you can always darken it down, right? You can put a piece of film over it. You can.
Yeah. 2.7 is good.
Spray some smoke. To me, a smoke on it. Just to darken it down. That looks good.
2.7 is perfect.
Yeah. You put a tiny little resistor on it, and that'll bring your voltage down.
Yep. So yeah, that was exciting. This showed up super fast. That came from New York in just a couple of days, which was really, really nice. So yeah, that's exciting. Like I said last week, I'm going to be I've been trying to get the scale models done during the week, but it's kind of difficult. I'm a little weary of the shipping shortage, or the dock workers going on strike. A little weary of that.
They already stopped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, never mind. I was just saying, I need all these parts to keep arriving. But the deal is I'm going to finish the Enterprise C before I actually go on to finishing up the Runabout and then the Razor Crest. I've got too many things going on right now, and so speaking of too many things going on right now, so Ken and I are going to be doing buddy build of the. Oh yeah. Oh, got it. So other apps he hasn't tried are the Model Paint 42 at $2.99. Model Paint's free. Model Color's free, and Paint Rack free. I didn't realize there were so many apps for this. I'm gonna actually have to.
Is it like one of those apps where you point the camera at a color and it'll tell you what paints to go find or something?
Actually, no. It's like you put in, okay, I'm looking for the equivalent of XF23. And then it'll bring up, okay, this is what's available for mission models. This is what's from Vallejo. And it seems like the more paid that you go, the more detail and the further it goes down. So Ken was saying that he uses it when he's at like the hobby store and he's looking for a certain paint, can't find it. And so he'll use that as like, it's a paint converter for models.
I got you. I found a website that did it. That's how I found those other mission models and colors for the Insignia White.
I didn't even know all that existed.
Gotcha.
It's great. Yeah, no idea.
Ken says, I know Model Kit. iModel Kit gives you samples of the colors and lets you compare with other colors, paint mixer, scale computer, limited catalog, barcode scanner, and inventory. Yeah, that's kind of nice.
That's cool.
Ken would like to come in and talk to you.
Sure.
Of course. I'll send you the link. Hang on. I'll just Discord it to you.
Nice. So yeah, well, Ken hops in.
Of course, he doesn't need to. He's an admin. He can just go to StreamYards and join. So, but anyway.
Exactly. But yeah, so Ken and I are going to be. We've been gathering parts and kind of resources for a buddy build. We've decided to do the 537 Reliant from the Wrath of Khan, and so we're going to be doing the Wrath of Khan buddy build. And Ken is quite the savvy dude when it comes to talking to some of these guys. Like I've been watching the correspondence going back and forth between him and Cass over at Lake Monster Details, and Will from the Ensign's Chair on YouTube is building a Reliant and is creating a bunch of like 3D files for this that he's giving to Lake Monster Details, and he's going to be creating a full resin kit for the model, which is super cool. But we're getting that before it's even available because we've been talking with Will, and I've been talking with Will, and Ken has as well through email, and then Ken has been emailing Cass over at Lake Monster Details, and so we've been kind of working on getting some the buddy build stuff together and kind of planning it out. And so say hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
So what's up, man?
Oh, I was just going to talk more about that iModel app if you wanted.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I've been using it for, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 years now. It has all your different color, like paint manufacturers that I can think of in there. I'm just scrolling down a huge list. And it does separate them between, say, Tamiya, the FS flat colors, and the Tamiya AS colors for the spray cans. It has different tabs for it that you would look under. And then if, for example, I'm looking for a federal standard number, which is kind of what the US uses. I know a few other colors or other countries use it as well. But say if I picked FS, this is I'm just going off here, 33303, which is sand camo. I can just click on it, and it'll tell me, all these different manufacturers. I don't even know how many, probably about 50 or 60 different paint manufacturers. And then in the top right-hand corner, it shows me what the color looks like. And then it has a box. All the boxes down below show me what each of the companies' colors look like. So to me, XF78 looks pretty close, and I can click on that, and it splits the box in the top right-hand corner in half, showing half of what the FS color looks like and half of what the paint you chose looks like. So you can choose, and it'll compare. Yeah, and it'll compare exactly for you how close that is.
That is super cool. I definitely is that only an iPhone option for that one? Because I noticed it has the I in front of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would assume it could be.
Okay.
I think,
but obviously the other ones are equivalents, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
This also has a mixer in it. So you can choose your paints and mix them and tell you what percentages and everything else, and kind of what your new color should look like.
Oh my goodness.
A scale computer, so you can do all your scaling and changes and sizes and all that kind of stuff. Catalogs. It has some catalogs for a few different things. It has Tamiya, Evergreen, Plastruct, KNS Precision Metal, Midwest Products. Scanner, so you can scan model barcodes and get information.
Oh, really?
And then you can also keep track of your stock with their whatever you own. You could have in there with any sorts of codes or reference numbers, names, that sort of thing.
It is
handy.
Android. That's an iPhone app only.
iPhone app only. Okay. All right.
Hey, Trent.
Hey, Trent.
Okay.
Hey, Trent. Well, that's very interesting. And if there was
Trent.
ever an argument for wanting to have an iPhone, it would be that, but probably only that. That is super cool, man. Like, I know we were kind of talking last night about a little bit about about that at the end of the stream, and so I've been thinking about it, and it's fascinating to me because that's one of the things that I'm constantly running into is like I tend to buy all my paints at the hobby store. I don't like buying them online for whatever reason. I think it's the only thing that I actually buy at the hobby store. I don't actually buy models there. So this is fascinating to me. I'm gonna have to take a look at those other ones because like that all of this behind me is like what I have for paint. I've got a little bit more up above my desk here, but like I don't have much in the way of paint. And so a lot of the times it's because I just don't have, or I'll pick up paint specific to models and I just kind of wind up letting it be, what it is. But that is fascinating to me because I need what's up?
I found the basically a Android equivalent. Does the same thing.
Okay.
You can pick it like I'm going to pick AS. Let's see, AS. Oh, there's all the colors. Pick AS 20.
Hey, Jason, welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh yeah, shows like MRP, RAL, testers.
Wow.
There's no exact matches.
Yeah, I think it was last night too. I think Howard
matches.
had said had mentioned an app he uses for Android.
Yeah, it's called Hobby Color Converter.
Hobby Color Converter. Okay. Let me grab my pen. I'm going to write that down.
I will put it into chat if you want.
Perfect. Even better.
This is the Google Play link for it. I'm just dinking around here. It's kind of cool.
Nice.
It'll give
That's
you
all I wanted to say. I'm going to duck out and go back into YouTube if you want.
Okay. You can also hang out if you like. It's up to you, my man. Like I personally don't care. It's up to you.
Yeah, this will tell you direct matches, and then you can select like a percentage. You can say I want a 90% match, and then it'll tell you other paints, right?
Nice.
Cool.
Very cool. Andrew. Speaking of Andrew.
Hey, Andrew.
I'm out here.
All right, Ken. Thank you.
I made some videos for you, Andrew.
Very cool. No, Ken was actually just real quick on that one, Jason. That was iModel Kit is going to be on the in the Apple Store. iModel Kit. So back to what I was saying. So Ken and I are getting ready to work on the Raphicon Buddy build, and so I've been figuring out this whole printer thing. And it's taken about 2 weeks for me to start being able to get successful prints every single time. It has everything to do with how you support the model, and it's just the learning curve is strong. So I've been doing some prints. Andrew, funny you pop in. I just put together your care package with these bad boys. So it just I found that I need much longer supports and I need to be kind of tilting my models, and I've just been playing around with doing a bunch of different prints. So Andrew has asked for an unfinished version of the TNG movie era communicators. So went ahead and sent that together along with some stickers. Ken, this one's for you. And what we have done, well, what I've done is I've gone through and printed out a bunch of the little light boxes for the Reliant. And these are all Ken's. I've kind of done some doubles. So Ken, the way this is kind of work out is you're going to wind up with some doubles just because I printed them. I don't want them. So I have two of them. You also have two of them. I was just practicing printing. But these are the custom light boxes that Will over at the Jensen's Chair has created. And these are all incredibly well designed. And basically, like, these are the vents that sit, this is for the vent that sits behind the main bridge. These are the light boxes. Well, real quick. So this is printed and is hollow, and that is a grill that's set in there, and then you plug in a 3 millimeter LED underneath, and well, why don't we just do that then? Kind of curious, actually. But you plug in the LED into there, and it just kind of contains all the light to exactly where you want to go. It basically takes care of a lot of the light blocking for the model. So the Jensen's Chair, Will has created a ton of these light boxes. I'm going through, there's a print going right now. There should be, we'll see if it was a successful print. Most of them have been of late, but I've been going through and just printing out all of these little pieces. And so, let's go ahead and use a red LED. Why
not? Let's see. Real quick, Ken said thanks for letting him join, I assume. Eric is here and gone. Okay, bye, Eric.
Bye, Eric.
Andrew says Keith over Cosmic Single Models is doing a new rear photon launcher for him, so I've been forced to pull out my printer and start sorting it out. Oh, and then guess which one I like best? Well, one is designed to be the intro, and one is designed to be an outro. Andrew.
Okay, let's go ahead and get some more power to this bad boy. Or did I just kill it?
I saw it go bright and then go dim. Did you give it too much? You know, a red one only gets like 2.2 volts.
Yeah, I gave it way too much.
Oh, yeah, because I saw it go bright and then go dim almost immediately. I think you cooked that one. How's it smell? I was kidding. They don't smell. Oh, my.
It's me.
Oh.
It's me. Yep. And what's worse is I can't deny it because it was probably right up on screen.
He says, I really like the leaf one, except they're both leaf ones. No, if you're talking about the second one, that one's meant to be an outro. It's very short.
All right, there we go. Oh, when you plug it in, it glows like that.
What is that supposed to be?
So this is the grill, the little grill that sits behind the main bridge on the Miranda class, and it's lit up blue. So I should have probably used blue lighting here, but the red kind of shows up a little bit better. And this basically just sits underneath the photo etch part, and it gives a true grill underneath that matches up with the photo etch from Paragraphics. So just kind of creates that glow. And then if we were to take this and I don't know, there we go, one for here. There's an LED port on either side, but basically you just plug an LED on each side, and then you put this up against the edge of the hull. All of the windows that are going to be backfilled are going to be right here, and then this kind of goes in and you light block it a little bit. But it's basically just meant, like, the way he's done it is it just helped with kind of the light diffusion. It is a round 2 model, and so the plastic, for whatever reason, really loves to conduct the light, as we all may know. So, but yeah, that's what these are all about. And I'm kind of gotten most of everything printed. I should have all the prints done probably by tomorrow morning. So it's likely, Ken, that I'll be shipping this off to you tomorrow. So yeah, working on getting the 3D printer all sorted out. And I've definitely figured out that supports matter. Not just your support system like your friends, but actual supports. So a lot of these were very successful prints because I got lucky, specifically like these ones, whatever the conditions happen to work for it. But what I've found is that I need to create longer supports. Dave has actually offered to give me a class on how to create some support. So I'm just kind of using the auto support function right now, and it's working really well. But yeah, so I've gotten all the 3D printer stuff all kind of figured out. So I'm getting all those done. And then finally, before we start painting the Falcon today,
Ken says nice. Skull
Sweet,
says
yeah.
the dock worker strike is postponed until January 5th. Well, they offered them 86%, and they go back to work tomorrow.
Nice.
It's like $4 an hour raise or something. So it lasted 3 days.
As long as we're getting our parts, because this is not the package I'm looking for. Package 8 for Kit is here. It's great that I finally got a part for Kit, but I am 2 packages behind. So I gotta say, these magazines are also probably the nicest ones out of all of them so far that I've come across. The quality of the paper and the magazine itself is really nice, and I like the articles in here. Actually, I took your recommendation, Todd, and actually read some of them. They're pretty good, and it's just as cheesy and campy as you'd expect from Knight Rider, which is awesome. So we have a bunch of parts for the engine. Stage 27 is here. I think I'm on stage 19 is where I'm at. Looks like we have stage 28 and the transmission. Cool. Stage 30. Not sure what those are. Interesting. All metal, though, which is really cool. Todd, do you happen to remember what these are? These look like part of the suspension, maybe for the rear end? Interesting.
Those are the rear chassis rails.
Oh, okay.
They hump up over the rear axle.
And we have the first part of the this is probably this is the trunk, isn't it?
Yes, that is the rear chassis.
Probably package 7 has the middle part of that chassis, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so that's 27 through 29, or of 30 of Kit. So I'm currently waiting for the first 2 packages. I've paid for package 6, and it is out of stock, or excuse me, it's in that perpetual waiting for OSM to pick it up. And so I'm going to message them today, as I mentioned, and hopefully get that up and going. But otherwise, it's package 7 as well, is not in stock at all, and I think it's because of the gifts. So who knows when Kit's going to get going. Have you heard anything from Mike, Todd?
I have not. Did you hear that music earlier?
No.
Oh, all right.
What did I miss?
No, nothing. I'm sitting here building videos for Andrew in the background.
Okay, got it.
It played some music, and I was trying to make sure it muted.
Got it. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and get into. I only talked for 35 minutes before actually getting to building. So last night, I managed to actually, like I said, hop into the Perfect Grade stream, even though I was super late, and I was able to get all of my. So Todd found out that there are 3 levels of gray on the model, and so I've gotten the first two. So the medium gray and then the dark gray are both on here. And then we're going to get the light gray on afterwards, as there's not a masking kit for that. So let's go ahead and bring out the instructions. I'll show you on screen what we're talking about. So, oh, there's the masking kit. Of course, I put it there. So you see here, you have the decal guide, and the way the masking kit is set up is all of the masks are basically put in the place of the decals. And so if you see there, part or decal 94 is going to match up with one that I already pulled off earlier, and I didn't mean to. So there's 94. And so I didn't mean to do it because it was the wrong color, but that is how it's set up. But then if you look at the actual color guide, so the color guide for the model, and if you look in close, we can see if we can do this and keep it in focus. You'll notice that every other panel is a very, very light gray. And Todd noticed this last night, and so we're going to have to approach that just with masking off by ourselves. But I want to go ahead and get all of this masking kit stuff done first, and you can really pick it up there on the top in certain spots.
So this is what I think happened. I think the decals are used for all of the spots where there was chipping or damage or little scrapes. Because if you go look at the decal sheet, almost all of them have little marks on them, right? They have little pock marks and the actual model decal.
Oh yeah, all the actual, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you have them handy. And I think what happened is I think that he just did masks for all of the existing decals, but not the actual paint. So if you look at this, almost all of those panels have damage on them, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's just supposed to be on top of, instead of the other panels that need to be painted, just normally painted. I think you're supposed to do both. I think you're supposed to paint it, then you're supposed to put these decals maybe on the panels where there's supposed to be damage showing, right? And you would leave those gray and you put these decals on them instead. So it's a combination of both. And when he did the masks, he only just did them he basically just measured all these and just make decals that go around the edges of them, right? So it's not all the paint parts. It's not everything that needs to be painted. It's just the damaged panels that had decals created, right? And that's the only masks he created. Right. So
it's interesting, and it's going to be an interesting approach that we're going to have to take now with the model a little bit, because it makes total sense why that would be the case. And obviously, we can go through and weather each one of these panels. It's not that big of a deal, but it's almost feels weird. That makes me wonder if should I take the light gray approach now on the bottom of the ship and then go ahead and give that a try. I think that'd be actually worthwhile consideration, actually. Doing the light gray now and doing the every other panel, and then later on come through and then do these over the top. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you can put you can put it just feels like when you look at that picture, there's just different shades of gray, right? It's just And I found this UASF light. It's a light gray, but it has just a tiny tinge of blue. And if you look close at those pictures, there's just a tiny tinge of blue to it. It's a little cooler.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm going to use going forward, because I tested a light gray last night. Again, remember, you're going to mist all this, right? So everything's going to get toned down, right? It's going to get everything
exactly.
So the colors may be vibrant now, but they're all going to get washed down. Yeah. I don't know. I would just look, and I would might as well keep going on the top. You're just gonna have to mask it manually, right? You're just gonna have to look at those pictures and say, okay, this panel looks blue and this panel looks blue, or light gray, I should say.
Right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do the top then. Might as well.
Andrew, if you're still watching, I sent you 2 more.
Nice. You're about to find out how quick Todd goes. Am I right?
Don't ask my girlfriend.
I wonder. I've been using nothing but the Tamiya on this so far. I do have the white gray from Vallejo. This is
Well,
about
I
as
mean,
light.
just like I did, just put a little on your finger or something, and just hold it next to the model and say, "Is it enough contrast where you'll see the difference?" Versus just blending into the color, the base color. And you definitely don't want it to be brighter. That'd be weird.
Right. So, man. That's interesting. It's almost too white, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. That works. Answers that question. I also have not light blue. That's gray. Blue gray. I got royal light gray. That might be good.
Yeah, look for something that's almost like a chalky, very light, gray blue. Because I that's what I found.
Yeah, I'm using this XF80 might actually. I
tried XF80. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No, I put it up on my sheet. It's actually darker than the light gray I was using.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look here. It's definitely not darker than the light gray I'm using. It's kind of like I used the XF 66 last night. So we got our light gray is right here. And then it's actually not too bad. I may want to take that down a little bit. This is definitely the lightest that I have. Or I can go ahead and just flip over to the other side because I'm thinking about this. I may want to go to the store and go get some gray options, play around with that. So what I plan to do is just flip this over and go ahead and work on my masks and take care of these three colors again. So
do you have some extra bottles? I mean, you could always make your own color.
I do.
Like if you have some empty bottles, you could, make a set that you're going to use for that.
Very true. I've already created the red for this one, so why not? So,
because if you have a light gray already as a base, and then add some, you have a blue to it, and just add like a drop of blue, just to give it a tint.
Right.
And let the gray hold the color.
Right. Okay. Let's drop in a mixing bowl into my thing here. Let's go ahead and grab. So you're just saying, like with the royal light gray, for instance, and just drop a little bit of blue into there. Okay. What else we got? Neutral.
Yeah, and you can always make gray lighter with white. So
exactly.
But I would make enough that you can finish the model with it, right? Because once you make it, you don't have to try to make it again and guess.
Exactly. All right. And we're going to be painting quite a few panels as well. All right. Let's grab flat blue. Flat white. Excuse me. Oop, I haven't mixed that up in a minute. Ken is asking, what's the light gray that you use, Todd?
So the first light gray that I used was a Vallejo. I'll have to go get it. I don't know. Oh, and Ken says I can use the app. Well, yes, but we're talking about what Jordan has in stock.
Yep. My
Let me
current
go
supplies.
check. I'll grab that and I'll give you the new color too, because I
Okay.
like the new color. It's got just a slight bit of blue to it. So because I'm going to end up warming the whole thing up. So
Right.
I'll be right back.
Cool. All right. So this is just the royal light gray with 2 drops of blue. I'm thinking about taking that down a little bit. That is nice, though. There's a little bit of coolness to the gray.
Yeah, so the light gray that I tested last night was Vallejo 71.407 sky gray.
I actually wrote that down.
And then the one I'm going to try is 71.276 USAF light gray.
Okay.
Because it has just the tiniest tinge of blue to it.
So just adding that little bit of blue to the royal light gray helped it out quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and take it down with a couple drops of white now. There was like 2 drops of blue, and it really cooled that down quite a bit. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Totally bumped it. Just a couple drops of white. And we'll see how this mixes up. Just make sure you put the lid on first. God. There's a paint spill right down here. Oops. It's not a friendly color to spill either.
Ken says XF20. What color is that?
20. One that I don't have. I got 18 and 23.
Is that for the first gray or the second gray with blue?
Okay. So. Oh, I like that. So. What do you think of that?
Oh, I like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's a winner.
You know, I would. It's hard to tell in your lighting, but I would almost add a little white to that. You think it's light enough?
I put 4 drops of white in there already,
okay.
but maybe just a little bit more. I also kind of agree with you, so I'm gonna go ahead and just drop 2 more in there, and be happy with that. Overall, that's what the color looks like in the bottle. So I'm pretty pleased, actually.
You know what? Don't add any more white. And you know why?
Yeah.
Did you already do it?
It'll lighten.
Huh?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But it'll lighten up as it dries, right?
Well, not only that, but we're going to mist it, right? So if we give that color filter coat, it's going to lighten that up, and you don't want it to be too light. So
exactly.
Yeah, I think you're good. I like it. It's just that little tinge of blue.
Perfect. All right. So let's grab my 10 millimeter. And let's start. So let's find a panel on the top. That makes sense. I'm going to turn the model to match up with the diagram here real quick. This panel is gray. So it kind of goes every other panel. So it's going to go this one, this one.
Now, do you have a computer? Because I have that in a PDF.
Yeah, actually I do. I have
like you can if you blow that up, you don't need your screen.
Yeah.
I'll call out chats and stuff if you don't mind. You don't want to.
Absolutely.
If you scroll to the PG Falcon channel and go to the top, or just say show pinned images, right? I have that Dropbox link, and it has the color chart, the color guide, the paint guide, I should say.
Perfect. Let's go to PG. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, buddy. Yep. Oh, that's the decal guide. Hold on. Paint guide. There we go.
Yeah, there should be a paint guide in there too.
Yep. Oh yeah, and I can zoom way in.
Oh yeah, I scanned it in full resolution, right? So you can make that thing full screen, and maybe that'll help.
We can go up to 6,400% if we'd like.
Yeah.
Insanity. Okay, perfect. So this panel. Oh, wrong part.
You know, it might even help.
What's that?
I was thinking, do you have a pencil?
I do.
Put a little X on the panel, right? You paint right over it, right? Will that hurt anything? I don't know. Like if you just put a little X on a panel, it'll paint right over the X, right? You can paint right over the graphite, or will it not stick to it? I'm just that'd be funny.
Yeah, like, do we do that?
And then it just erases off.
So let us know, Ken. So it's going to be this panel, but not the whole panel. How interesting. So from this line over to the right is gray. And then these two here, and then nothing in this area. Then this one. Then that one. Then this one. It's just
It's like a checkerboard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost, but it's completely random.
Yeah.
In some spots. So okay,
that works. Ken says light pencil is safe. I thought so. That's why I said if you have a pencil, you can just put an X on that panel, just a real light X, so you can see it. And then you just say, okay, this one's blue, this one's blue, this one's, or this one's light gray, this one's light gray, this one's light gray, and then when you go to stencil, it should be a lot easier instead of looking up the picture every time.
Exactly. No, it's
Andrew says the short ones I sent him are very cool. Well, they're all numbered 1 through 6. Should I keep making more?
Watch as Todd busts out videos like crazy. Oh yeah, no, this is great. So oh yeah. And what's funny,
you want to watch one of them?
Sure.
Just for fun, since you're just Xing things on a model. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can do this. Let's do. Where is it? It doesn't even show up. Oh, that's why. Let's see if I can share this. Play it. I have no idea if it's going to play audio, but we'll see here.
Dude. Yes. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. So this one.
Well, Andrew, you pick a couple you like, and then what I'll do is I'll make them fit 1080 by 1080p and put a trailer on them with black, right? So you can basically play them and then end the stream when it goes black, and you'll have some buffer time there. That's what we do right now on StreamYards.
Well, that may not be the case for much longer, actually.
He likes 2, 3. You're the one he liked with the leaves. I don't want to. Do you want me to keep these private, Andrew?
Keep them private. Let's keep them private so
they can be surprised on his channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, Andrew says it's up to you. I don't know.
Yes. No? Okay. Then that one. That one. That one. Here on the back plate. Oh God. Back plate's hard to decipher. The engine deck.
Even at 6,400 blown up, still hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you can start to actually see like the grains on the page. So in that case, I'm not going to even worry about painting that one because I can't decipher it, and we're going to be throwing so many layers over that back. Okay, let's take a look at the rest there. Just want to make sure I got all of them. That one. That one.
Ken says XF19 is also a good light gray. And Dash says, Jordan, you need some triple kibble.
Triple kibble. I saw that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, of course I have if XF19 would be great. I have XF17 and XF18, but not 19.
What kind of modeler are you?
A horrible one, apparently. That's it. I'm going home. Oh wait, I already am home. So the mandibles have very little of that detail painting on there.
What did you say?
Mandibles.
I had a new one. I had a new one. So last night when I spilled the paint on the stream all over me,
and
the sound I made and the way that Donnie reacted had my girlfriend in stitches, like literally dying on the floor. She had me play it over and over and over and over again after she brought me the burger. She goes, "You spilled paint. I want to see." And she kept backing it up and watching it over. So I cropped it out, and it sounds like this.
Oh,
you okay?
She's like, Donnie's so nice. And she's like, you okay?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mandible. Bye, Jordan.
Oh.
You okay?
We should.
Oh my.
Making Jordan a soundboard was a terrible idea.
It really was, because there's things that we can do like.
You okay?
Together.
Oh, I can merge those into one file if you need it.
Oh my God. I need it.
Okay. One moment, please.
Oh God. Love it. All right.
Ken says, Jordan, if one day we go to build some fighter jets, you're going to need some more grays. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like when I was building up my Vallejo sets, I bought these huge box sets that had probably 70 colors in them. I got the Model Air box set and I got the Game Air box set, and I still had to buy more. I had to buy the RAF colors. I had to buy the USAF colors because they sell color sets, right? And there's ones for U.S. aircraft. There's one for World War II aircraft. There's one like the Naval Air Submarine one I have, right? They're all over, right? There's so many different kinds of those sets they put together. Leather, woodworking. I mean, it's ridiculous.
My God.
Don says, you have found Jordan's kryptonite.
Oh yeah, no, it's I'm a giant child. 100% a child. One of my favorite jokes is I often get mistaken for being an adult because of my age. Right. Well, this should actually be fairly easy to mask off. And we'll use the cling wrap method again, as always. And I don't mind that if I'm having some of my tape have a rough edge, like right around here, because it just helps with the weathering.
I could not figure out. I don't know how many times I called that something else. Frickin' stick. You know, I mean,
press
seal
and
and seal. Yeah, I couldn't. I just couldn't.
Born out of desperation and not knowing how to actually mask off. Definitely. I was using, that was, I think on the Enterprise C, I started using the blue painter's tape for all of my masking, and I was cutting off tons and tons and tons of tiny little strips and then laying them straight so that you get that curved line around the outside. It actually turned out pretty good still. Like, I'm still surprised that it looks okay. Oh, that piece of tape is a little long because there's a panel next to it. Let's pop that up. Yeah. Thanks, Facebook. Now I have Phenomena stuck in my head.
Yes.
There we are. There's another panel right there. So there are concentration. It's interesting that there's more of the light gray over here than there are on this side, but there's more of these colors over on this side than there are on that side. I don't know. Very interesting.
Ken says scratch and sniff. Yes. Dash says, "Oh my god, I need to watch last night's stream. Did you do the 2-player opening attempt? So you did an Ian on stream as Todd substitute Ian like a school teacher?" No, I was shaking the paint and the lid wasn't all the way closed and it got all over me. Somehow it got up on my neck. It got, all over my shirt, my glasses, the headphones. But I did not break the bottle. I did not shatter the bottle with 2 pairs of pliers. Knipex pliers.
Knipex.
Yeah, Knipex. Model making and mindfulness. Got a jet. Good luck. Say bye.
Bye, Jason. Thank you. All right.
Oh God, Dash got dad jokes. You know the hamburger introduced his girlfriend. Meet Patty.
Oh my God.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. I have to say. Right. I'll use the other side. I think I'm going to do one side at a time to see how this turns out. Just so I'm not going super crazy with just doing nothing but masking for a while. Need to get my, I think this part right here from last night, I never finished. I need to finish that. That's a dark gray. Take care of that later on. So this panel, and this panel are all that gray along with this one here. So the taping through here is going to be a little bit.
Ken's like, so is Patty still single?
Meat Patty. Oh, that'd be the worst nickname ever. Yeah, what do you go by? Meat Patty. How'd you get that nickname? Wouldn't you like to know? I moved my compressor, and I swear that I must have moved something because it's like one of the fittings must be leaking constantly now because it kicks on so freaking often. Right. Well, I need to grab some of my smaller tape here. There's a strip right here that sits in between the two panels that has the gray. That doesn't have any of the color on there. A little bit thinner than the 10 millimeter. Oh, God. Grab 6 millimeter. And I think this is the 10 millimeter that I got at Wonderfest from the class. Right. Here we go. And let's do one more over here. Make sure I'm getting my pen. The pencil on there is a really, really good idea. That one there, there, there. I've got the smaller tape for that one. Ken, I just saw your comment. No, I didn't. As soon as I saw the comment, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And like I said, I don't mind in this application having some rough tape edges, but I see where that would be super helpful to have. Okay. So this panel is bounced off. So let's go ahead and cover up the gun turret here, or the radar dome thing.
Like a DJ. I'm over here listening to you in one ear, editing audio in the other ear.
Love it. Whoa. Oh. Can't read that one out loud. Dash, that's a hell of a comment there, sir. Oh, that's a gross phrase. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm not reading that either.
Yeah, no, but it's still funny. All right, do we have any more gray on that panel? Yes, we do. It doesn't look like it, but this panel is also gray. And I think for sake of making it look right, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing inside this one, although I can't really tell on that image, but
well, based on the rest of the chip, it is kind of a checkerboard, like almost every other panel kind of thing.
Right, exactly. And so that's kind of what my thought is. I'm just like, yeah, just do it anyway.
All right, your audio is now complete.
Oh! You okay?
See, so when you say it takes 3 men to make a difference, that's 3 men right there. You need it again?
Oh! Yep. You okay?
Bye. Bye, Jordan.
Oh, shit. Oh, buddy.
Ken
Yep.
says he was thinking about the template for when you're cutting masking tape for your Enterprise C. I have a couple of those, they're like little metal plates, and you can cut strips. And matter of fact, I think I have a box right behind me that I need to open. Oh, 2 boxes. It's like my own personal mail. Are you back to normal now, Jordan?
You okay?
I'm just waiting for you to get back to normal so you can.
You okay?
Ooh, buddy.
Don says I think he means resequence. The fart to be first, then me. All right, I can try that too. Let's try that.
Oh. Oh. Whew. Oh, God. That was good. I'm not a giant child at all. Oh, my God. All right. Let's go ahead and get our press and seal on. So I use this press and seal to do my overall masking. Started doing this on the Enterprise C when I didn't know what I was doing. And it's actually turned out to work really well. So if you guys aren't familiar with this, it's just a sheet of plastic, but it's super textured. And I think the way it works, it only works on one side, but basically, I think it's textured, and when you press down on it, it grabs around, and then when you release, it kind of just grabs. And so there's no glue, there's nothing to it, but it just sticks. And so what I'm able to do is set this down over the top of our piece, kind of get it around like any parts where it's like here over the top of whatever this area is. Kind of like leave it tented over the top, and then you're able to go through and press down on the panel itself right around where you want to block off. And generally I like to press everywhere around and like to completely seal this down, because if there's any paint that happens to get underneath the press and seal, it doesn't have anywhere else to go because it's all sealed down to the model. And once again, it doesn't actually leave behind any residue because there's no glue. This is food safe. So I don't know, for whatever reason, it works really, really well. So yeah.
Jordan is dying. Jordan is dying. Here you go. Resequence just for Don.
You okay?
Oh, wait, didn't play the beat.
You okay?
Oh my
Is that better, Don? Do we need to hear it again?
You okay?
That's right. Well, they sent me the whole Tamiya TS box.
Oh my God, dude. Dying. So Dash, where did I learn this technique? I actually created it. It was for the Enterprise C, and I'll go ahead and bring it on to screen real fast because I was like seeing the model. But it's when I was masking off the paint up here on the top and I was going along the outside. I had to do this in multiple layers, and so I just laid this down across the top. I didn't know, like I didn't want to put tape across the entire model, right? And so I'm like, what can I use just to be something to mask off the entire thing and do it gently? And I was thinking about like actual saran wrap, but then it doesn't really work. But for whatever reason, because of the way this stuff works, it just presses on and holds in place. And works. I don't know. Like, it's not perfect. One of the things that you do have to do, like first up, when we cut off these pieces, you need to be very gentle with the knife. Do not press down on the model. Just score the edge. So what I like to do is press everything down, score right around where the tape is, and kind of leave a little bit off the edge here. Kind of get down a little bit further. There we go.
And that doesn't leave any residue on the model?
Nope, nothing. Because there's nothing there. It's literally. What's that?
I think I ordered 3 boxes of it.
Nice. And it's because of this texture. So it only works on one side. And basically what happens is you can pull it, and I noticed that it goes clear. But then when you put it back together, it goes back to that texture. The texture grabs on to whatever it is. It doesn't matter what the surface is. It just grabs on. And then when you release the pressure, it's stuck. So like when you're actually using this for like food purposes, for instance, what you do is you like pull it taut over the top of the container, and then you just run your hands along the outside, and then it creates a perfect seal. So no glue, no nothing. And you can eat it well, you can't eat it, but you can lick it if you wanted to, I guess. I don't know why you'd want to lick it, but yeah, no, there's nothing there. There's literally, it's just the plastic. And for whatever reason, whatever voodoo science it is, it sticks. And so in this case, what I was able to do is just expose that one particular panel and then leave the rest totally covered up. And so we'll come up here into this next spot. And I'm just going to very gently, and I cannot stress this enough, be very gentle with this process. Just the weight of the knife.
Ken says, so Jordan, you're saying you press and seal?
You do press and seal, unlike a bend and snap. If you guys have ever seen Legally Blonde. Oh God, I can't believe I said that.
Ken says, lick it, boy. Lick it.
I licked it. No taste. Why did I do that?
Did you see the dreamy look in his eyes when he did it, though?
I did. You guys see that? That translated? I'm glad.
Huh? I don't think that's the first time you've ever done that. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, so that's basically it. I mean, very super simple, easy process for this. And it just covers the rest of the model. Like, you don't need to do any extra taping. You could.
Now I would like to know if it smells.
It smells like my saliva now.
I think he did that just to see if you do it. Jordan is our own little monkey. Let him be.
True story. And you do not need any pressure to do this. If you press down too much, you will actually cut down into and scratch the model. That's happened to me before. Not in this case, but on the Enterprise in a couple spots, I did scratch the model. So do be careful with it.
Dash says, do you use this at your store and that's how you thought of it?
No. I was seriously just looking around for something. Like I have parchment paper like you'd get at the butcher. I tried that to lay it over the top and like tape down the ends, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. And so no, I knew about this stuff. It's something that I was aware of, through cooking at home and everything. But yeah, no, it was just an epiphany that I had one day while building the Enterprise. And this was probably way back in January that I did this, before I met you guys, before any of this. And so yeah, it was just one of those random weird things that I kind of figured out, and it really is effective. Now, so a couple different approaches you can take with this. What I like to do, and especially for this model, because I care about it so much, what I'm going to go back over and do real quick is I'm going to take a little bit of my tape, because what can happen is the airbrush pressing through here, and I'll kind of demonstrate. There's no paint here or anything like that. But as you can see, if you get too close to the edge, it'll push it up. Now you can kind of mitigate that by kind of doing one of these things and holding it down. It's not always the case, and I was being very direct with it. Obviously, when you're airbrushing, you want to brush away from the edges, but you do happen to catch it. That's why I do emphasize to press down everywhere so it doesn't get anywhere. But if you really want to clean it up, you're just going to take another piece of tape over the top. And blue tape would probably be a great application here, as it's cheaper than the Tamiya. I just
Jeff says, so this is Jordan Tupperware.
Yes, this is Jordan Tupperware. Correct.
Except they just declared bankruptcy. So.
Yep, that's right. No, it's not Jordan Tupperware anymore. Damn it. But once again, I'm just going to roll through and cover up each one of the ends where I cut, and it just does a great job of sealing in the press and seal. And then I can basically spray wherever I want. Like, I don't need to worry about how it's going to, if there's going to be any overspray or whatever, and then you just lift it all off as one sheet. And we'll see that here in just a couple minutes. So it was actually pretty cool. Excited about this. I need to just go buy some actual blue painter's tape. Ian was saying, because of course Ian can't help himself dropping brands, the frog tape, the yellow frog tape. Have you heard anything about that, Todd?
Isn't that basically just Tamiya tape, but it's probably cheaper?
Probably. I'm gonna have to give that a try. Like, seriously. I know that Buck and those guys are all really high on the washi tape. So, okay. Well, that back panel's done. Let's go ahead and get through the complicated cutting here real quick. So, just that panel. And you really don't, like I said, I'm going to really hardcore emphasize this. You really don't need to press down hard while scoring this plastic. This panel is going to be this one, and this one all together. There we are. Let's grab our piece. Lift it out. Then, stick to my finger. That piece there. I'm going to go ahead and press down around the edges, and then just quickly run my tape through here.
Ken says, the problem with washi tape is that the edge is not usually as sharp as Tamiya tape. Yeah, that's the one thing I like about the Tamiya tape. The edge is, man, it is razor sharp. And that's one of the reasons I know what you're talking about with overspray and going away from the edge, so you're painting over the edge, not into the edge.
Yeah.
But you'll find that, at least with me, is that I try to shoot straight on the model, right? So the paint is perpendicular to the surface and not going at an angle unless I'm trying to get like a fade or something. But
right,
it's going to give you that sharp edge. If you don't want to try to blast it under the edge of the paint, but that's why I try to keep perfectly straight. Because if I actually know what you're talking from, because people have said that before, right? Shoot away from the edge.
Yep.
But sometimes that'll leave your edge kind of faded. So
I've noticed that, and what's funny is I know that technique, and I'm probably just regurgitating information, actually, now that I think about it, because I also tend to shoot straight down onto the model as well.
I used the towel trick last night. It worked perfectly.
So I am super excited about that.
It was glorious. It slides around on your desk really easy, so you can turn it. I just made a big ball. I rolled it up and stacked it, and then it made a nice ledge, and I can put it at any angle. The only thing you have to be careful of is that sometimes the little sharp greeblies will catch some of the threads, so don't use a super knife. But other than that,
use a microphone. Don't
Yeah.
use microfiber either.
No. Just use some old crappy beach towel if you have one, or
Actually, I was just looking over and I have one right now, so I should actually go grab that here in a second. And we'll be able to actually paint
it
this
worked
panel.
fantastically. Because I don't care if I get paint on it. I don't care if, you know what I mean? Like, I just, some people will use some people have turntables.
Yeah. I have one, but it's not a very big one.
My problem with the turntable is that, again, I still need something to hold it at an angle, because I basically, last night, I was almost painting, it was almost vertical to help painting it.
Mm.
It was wonderful.
I will try that here in a second. It's got one more little piece to cut out. Cut off that one. This panel has just like a single little block of color that sits right in the middle of it, which is interesting.
Dash says he's masking the mask. I'll have to go get some. Yep. I think I bought like 300 feet of it for like $14 on Amazon.
It's super cheap, and once again, because it's a no, I shouldn't have put that tape there. Because this isn't modeling stuff, it's not super expensive.
Yeah. As soon as you slap like a Tamiya label on it, it gets 3 times as expensive.
Exactly. I shouldn't have done that. Learning lessons here. I started taping off before I finished cutting, so I'm kind of, some regrets are being had right now. And the Tamiya also sticks to this stuff very, very well. There we go. Comes off nice as well. My first experience with Tamiya was I bought the curved line tape. And after buying the AK curved line tape, because I couldn't stomach the cost of the Tamiya curved line tape. But as soon as I bought the Tamiya curved line tape, I was sold. It's funny though, is I really haven't used it since.
Really?
I've used it in a couple applications, and I really have spent more time trying to get it to work for the UV resin, but I couldn't do that, and so I just decided to use the crystal clear instead.
Do you know what has a remarkably sharp edge too? Electrical tape. It's also flexible. You just don't want to leave it on very long, because it'll get gummy, you know.
It'll leave a goo, exactly.
Yeah.
Is curved line tape and electrical tape basically the same thing, or are they different products?
Well, I think they're a little different, because if I blast electrical tape with UV light, it doesn't get it warm. I'm sure it's a certain PVC, but
right.
Probably both versions of PVC, but there's got to be some kind of UV component, resin or something in that curved tape.
Dash real quick.
Yep.
Glad press and seal. Sorry about that. Ken says.
Yeah. Tamil said you 6 feet of it for $20. Yeah, I bought 300 square feet of it for $14.
Yep.
$14.99. Beer tomorrow. Dash also says, aren't you going to put a dusting on this after all the panels are painted to weather it, basically?
Yep. So I guess now would be a good time to talk about it. So, like, after this paint gets on, we should be probably doing our sponge chipping next, right?
Yes. Yep, that's my plan.
Okay. And after that,
I'm gonna do that. I'll do the chipping, because there's probably going to be places possibly where there may be decals that go where the chipping is. So this is my thought, is doing the decals after the chipping, because there may be decals that are affected by the chipping, right? So I can cut a little piece of that decal off before I put it on, etc. And the paint won't go over the decal.
I like that. Good idea. Okay, that makes total sense.
Yeah. We aren't Ian who buy 5 times more than we need. Yes. Yep, that's true. Ken says curved line tape is basically pinstriping tape, or is pinstriping tape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
Oh.
it's a very thin vinyl tape. It's like some kind of
Yeah.
PVC vinyl.
Interesting. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, we are all taped in, sealed, ready to go. Let's go ahead and paint.
Oh, can't wait to see this color. Excited. Get your towel.
Me too.
Don't forget your towel. Oh, I feel a sound bite.
Oh man. God, can't forget your towel, everybody.
Oh God, do I need to make a sound bite? Oh.
All right. Got an old towel here. So let's go ahead and you just basically set it up on the towel.
So yeah, so what I did is, first of all, I rolled it up.
Rolled it up.
Get the majority of it out of the way, right? And so that way it also leaves a little tail at the bottom that you can rest the model on. So like fold it in half and then roll it up and then start to unroll it. So you have like a little tail of it facing you. So roll the back up towards you.
Like this.
Now turn it, other way. 180 degrees. 100, keep going. One more. Now unroll it a little bit. No.
Like this right here?
There. Yep. Now unroll it a little bit. That way you can set the model on that part. Now you can take that back part that you rolled up and you can unroll it and make it a big wad if you want. But basically I use it as a tail. You might need to make it a ball or mess it up in the back to make it bigger.
Just so you can do something like that.
Yep.
All right. Love it. Beautiful.
And then I put a little paper on my desk just so I don't paint the desk. But
yeah, I have made a mess of this mat. It's almost time to get a new one.
Yeah.
Grab this paper towel. Take a look at my print real fast, see how much time we have.
Ken says you can buy that pinstriping tape in an automotive section of your local. You can buy it at any auto parts store too. I mean, that pinstriping tape's everywhere. Dash says just watch his London spending. Oh, he's talking about Ian. Paying twice as much for a London Lego architecture.
Yeah.
Crazy nutbag.
So, our print is at 86%, and I can see structures down below, so we are good to go. Exciting. Adding heat to my closet as well has been a huge thing. I just picked up a small heater to put in my closet, and it sits about 90 degrees in there when I'm printing, and it's perfect. Works out perfect to keep the resin nice and warm. All right, so a little bit. Just using some paper towel here. Need to go buy a newspaper and copy Todd.
You don't have newspaper. You don't get that much. You don't get all that junk mail.
No. That's what you use? Oh, okay.
I just use junk mail. Just make sure you don't, try not to show your address to the world. But yeah.
Right, exactly. Okay. See how this goes. Turn down my pressure a little bit. Yeah. Oh, of course, you splatter right on the first shot. Nice job, Jordan. Oh, that gray looks great.
What color are they showing under the chipped paint on the decals? The base color. So the decals basically there's no decal where the chipping is, right? So it just exposes the insignia white underneath. Tash says, if anything, Ian would be the one who buys a DB5, a gold-plated DB5. But if you heard from Mark and Kevin Stream, Mr. Fusion Design does silver and gold plating, you can just send them the model. There's a lot of places that will gold plate. Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, what do you need a gold-plated model for?
You
say you have one. That's it. That's it. Just to say you have one. And Dash says maybe I'll send
flex.
have a gold-plated Falcon. Yes, you should do that. The only thing I could think you would have gold-plated is like the old Stargazer, so it's like the one in Picard's office.
Oh yeah.
Right? Or the one, any of the models that were on the wall, like actual things that were gold-plated for some reason. I already like that blue, that gray blue. Digging it already.
Looks fantastic. Yeah, it looks really, really good. The pencil's getting covered up really, really well.
Excellent. Does it make it? It made it. Did it make it easier to mask it?
Incredibly easy to mask it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a fantastic tip.
Wasn't my tip. Well, sort of, but not really.
All right. So let's go back over here.
Yeah,
This
if anything, make
fantastic.
Jordan go down to his local UPS store to pick something up.
Oh man, that's great. Let that dry for half a
Dude,
second.
I am digging that color.
It's turning out like fantastic. Like it's super, almost subtle in a way.
Yeah. Eric says you missed a spot, Jordan.
Oh no.
It's the fire.
You're helping. Whew.
Welcome, Eric.
Oh man.
That says what decals? I didn't know they had any on the Falcon. The Perfect Grade has a whole sheet of them, and there's millions of tiny ones. Oh my God, there's so many tiny ones. I believe
ones there.
I believe somebody, because it's been out since like 2011 or 17. It's been out for 7 years or 10 years or something. They do make decals for the D'Agostini Falcon as well.
Oh.
143 scale versions of these, yeah.
Ooh, that might have to be a thing.
Yeah. Eric says, and we all fall down. Yep.
Okay. So now the beauty of this mask, I'm gonna let this, it's Mia, so let's just go ahead and hit it with some air real quick. And of course, you want to pull mask while the paint is still slightly tacky. The pull tape. The beauty of this is we get to do this.
God. So I found the decals. You want the link? It's an Etsy link.
Please. Oh, buddy.
Keep going, ASMR. Let's see it.
That paint looks really, really good. Let's grab some tweezers here. Oh, man. Oh, buddy. Well, there's that rear panel right there. Oh, man. That looks really good.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah,
Dash
it looks really good.
I broke you again. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, buddy. This is fantastic.
I'm gonna put the link right here in the channel.
Love it.
One moment. Here they are. There's 4 left.
Oh.
There were 5, but I had to buy mine first. I feel like I already bought these somewhere, but I probably lost them already.
Well, there it is.
But this is the good set because this set has the white backing. So they basically took the good set and blew and made them good and they have a white background. They're printed on white. So
Okay, very cool. There it is. I need to do a little bit of so I can get a little bit right over here. Not that much pressure, Jesus.
it's weird. I watched that little piece of white just fade in front of my eyes. Ken says, "Looking good, Jordan." I really like that.
It does look great.
Because there's going to be so many things. Like I plan on doing like a very subtle wash. Then you have weathering. Then you have oil streaks. You have the different because there's still the rust colors to add that go on before
Right.
weathering. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that's still going to happen. So I'm not worried about like the edge between those panels between your medium gray and your light gray. There's just so many little things you can clean up. And
Exactly.
It was a hunk of junk, right? I mean, that's just how it goes.
That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
This is so cool. That gray
So
turned out really,
nice
really
gray
good.
choice. I agree.
Thank you.
Eric says the press and seal makes it look fresh and preserved.
It really does. Definitely.
That makes me want to eat a pear. Don says good contrast. Yeah, I like it. Now you have 3 different colors of gray. That does have a little tinge of blue to it. I love it. That looks really good.
It really does.
Thank you for being so far ahead of me, but awesome.
So we're going to be having some more difficult taping right here. So I'm going to need this panel right here is one of the ones that gets taken care of. But this part doesn't actually get that paint. So we're going to need to tape that off, tape around. We're going to start here. Get the hard part out of the way.
Did you glue it on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so did I.
Of course I did.
Well, always, because you have the card trick, spraying at the end of a card.
Mm-hmm.
It's better to have the tape go onto the panel that you need to paint instead of having the paint go up the part that you're covering, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you can't get the perfect edge, if you can't get it to wrap there, it's better to have it overlay onto the tape to go onto the panel, because you can always
take your
card up
card
against that part and just dust it right at the edges to make the edges real sharp.
Very good point. Very, very good point.
Ken says, how does it smell?
Smells very very Tamiya-y, if that's a word. I actually really like the smell of Tamiya.
What's that mean? I don't know what that means.
Neither do I. Don, explain yourself.
Oh, I really like those panels. 3 different colors.
So do I. I keep glancing up there, and this pattern doesn't make any sense, but when to put all of that together, it kind of does, actually, in a little bit of a way. I really like that.
Oh, that Jordan's in. Oh, deal with it. I get it.
I get it.
If I cared, I wouldn't be helping him.
That's right. Because in the end, you and I are going to be hanging out on stream and building nothing while everybody else does. Let's build other things. Work on the other Falcon. Getting the tape around some of these greeblies is a little tough, but I'm also not super caring if I get a little bit of a, overspray on there. There we go. get that one on the top. Just probably 9 millimeters, not 10 millimeters. So it's fine. And so the panels that we're going to be painting light gray over here are going to be this one, this tiny one up here, these two on the cockpit corridor, that one, this one, and this one. So it's quite a bit on this side too, actually.
Did you X them?
I like it. Let's do some masking there. And this one has a bit of one of the pipes that you put on afterwards. So I'm just going to put the tape up along the top of that. Yeah, that really does look good. There you go. Okay, that one's done. It's going to be a tough one up here, so I'm going to start. This rolled up towel, by the way, is fantastic. Helping so much already. You guys need a towel? Right. Not missing anything. Nope. Okay. I see that, Eric. I've always wondered where the Flash and bling was on the Falcon since Lando owned it to start, and it was all about Flash. Did you see Solo? And did you see what they did just crashing into that planet?
Well, it was white and blue.
It was, and then by the time that they got done with that mission in the movie, it was almost looking like this. It looked a lot worse, actually. I didn't mind Solo so much. Of course, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I'll eat up anything that I can get. But I actually didn't mind it so much. I get why people had a problem with it, but I thought that Woody Harrelson was pretty good, and Amelia Clark was also fantastic. She looked fantastic in that movie. So they're writing a comic series right now based on her character from the Syndicate, Crimson Dawn. It's pretty cool. Read the first comic in that series. Don't read a whole lot of comics, but would you believe I read Star Wars comics? Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Right? Ken's like, you've always wondered that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like. I get why people didn't like Solo so much, but I thought it was fun. It was a fun movie.
It felt incredibly out of canon, but I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's like somebody who's never watched Star Wars made a Star Wars movie before. Looking at you, Ron Howard. All right, there's that. Okay, let's miss that panel right there. Oh, that movie was plagued with the starts and stops, changing the director, Disney almost giving up. Disney should just give up. Anyway.
Well, they're trying to milk it for everything they can.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of that.
They should have got the first taste when nobody wanted to go to the Star Cruiser Hotel.
Uh-huh.
I think they thought that the people were willing to spend money on something from 1977. Just let it keep going.
Yeah, that's not the case. Like at the core of it, Star Wars is a kids show, right? And that's the whole thing. So like, to bring your kids on a trip like that, and you're going to spend $10,000 for 3 nights for 2 people, like, excuse me? And that's what I got quoted when I looked a couple years ago. I was like, that's not happening. I like you, Star Wars, but I don't love you. For $10,000, I better be getting kisses every single day. On the same vein, though, do you think that the planned thing that they had, like where they were planning on building the refit Enterprise in Vegas as a giant hotel casino, do you think that would have ever worked?
I think for a while, but then what do you do with it?
Right, exactly, and that's the thing. Like, oof.
It can only ever be one thing. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, even the Star Trek experience in Vegas didn't last long. It was there for years.
Again, once the show ended, you're like,
right. Especially in the dead years
when there wasn't a couple times, and I enjoyed it. I did the behind the scenes tour, the whole thing. So I got to meet a Klingon in makeup and see getting his makeup put on.
That's cool.
Dash liked Solo. At least he found out how Chewie basically met. Yeah.
Once again, like it was an entertaining movie. I understand why people don't care for it, but there was parts that was pretty good. Like I said, Woody Harrelson was really good in that movie. I thought he was fantastic in his role. The sleazeball, huh? Woody Harrelson played a sleazeball really well. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, interesting. So they have a different red. So I'm looking at Archive X's page, and they have a different red for the for this Falcon. Remember, I said the daylight red was just too bright.
Yeah,
it didn't look right for the pictures and stuff. They have a much more subdued boxcar red acrylic. They call it 1975 boxcar red.
Is that because of scaling? Like when you start scaling models, like the colors need to change and shift a little bit?
Well, the ships were different. They were different.
Got
this
it.
one specifically made, it's believed to be the main red panel color for the New Hope Falcon.
Okay.
And is also believed to be the skirt color for Slave One. AX boxcar red is a color that changes hue the more as you apply. Very thin layers is all you need to create the right tone. Less is more with this color. It has a natural brown tone to it and is believed to be the key FET armor weathering color, and also for the darkest panels on the cloud car.
Interesting. So what I used was whole red for Boba Fett's when I made the Slave One. I used whole red.
Yeah. Dash owns Disney stock. You should not.
Ew.
Dan says, for $10,000, you should have your own Twi'lek dancer to perform for you whenever you want. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't imagine staying in a room that had a TV for a window.
Right.
Yeah, that's weird. Dash
the reviews about the food was absolutely horrible.
Jordan, you better go buy your decals because Dash just ordered his. That means there's only 2 left.
All right, I'll get to it. My wallet's like, it's rent payday, bro. What are you thinking? Okay. I think this is going to be the last panel for this side. I'm going to go ahead and do this panel just for the sake of, because I want to. You should. Yes, Ken. Are you ever planning on building the Dockyards Millennium Falcon?
Squillick horns are like Ferengi ears. Maybe. They like being frobbed.
Oh, I bet you.
Yeah.
I mean,
And even though he's not building it, I guess he can buy some. Just hoard
Right.
them back on eBay for like $50.
dude, what do they run for a set, by the way?
Boxcar red is like red primer from Rust-Oleum. Yeah, it's a very interesting, very subtle, washed out red.
Okay. Go, one more piece of tape, and let's go ahead and lay some plastic over the top. Very nice.
Eric says, Todd, did you see Macabre Customs color shifting paint J5 he's selling for $350? I have not. I mean, I keep an eye on those groups and stuff, but I haven't seen Morgan say anything about it.
All right, let's grab some of our press and seal. Get it down over the top. And before you press it down, just a tip. Come around the outside of anything that's a raised surface and kind of tent it a little bit, and then you can press it down from there. Because otherwise, you're just going to be kind of pulling it across, and it's not going to do what you want it to do. And just press it down everywhere you want it to go. Specifically covering the tape around our masking spots. I didn't finish taping. Sorry. This one didn't. I finished taping, so I'll just cut around it and tape afterwards.
Oh, you posted on Instagram. I don't really go to. I don't really get on Instagram. Dash says, "Don't buy the decals unless you're going to buy the Fan Home Falcon." Sam Jordan with decal candy. They're $18, Jordan.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, I can do that.
Andrew says he's back. The kids are in bed.
Thanks, Andrew.
I think he just sent me a message. We're gonna color. I love the color bit washed out from what I'm seeing here. Which one's number 2? Oh, God, he's all over these leaves. He loves these leaves. Hang on. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, my last Falcon parts also arrived, and Dash, just to let you know, they still are shorting me stage 32.
Really?
Yep.
I just got. You know what? I just got a. Where is it? I just got a Fan Home box today. Let's see what's in it. My box from Burbank House of Hobbies, which I love that place.
Your AS20?
Yeah, they give me. I got 4 cans of AS20, so don't go there because they don't have any more. I got a couple more of the Fire Red because I like that on my Falcon. Look in here. Fast and Furious. Oh, God, I thought it was the Charger. I'm like, I don't know Charger parts. Oh, these are the missing GTR parts.
Oh, nice.
These are the ones that took 3 weeks to get here. Just make sure you're all in here. 30, 29. 28, 27. Two binders.
What's up, Donnie?
Hey, Donnie. Welcome. Sure.
I love the other Dawn thing. It gets me every single time. I've only known a couple of other people with my name. Jordan's not a super common name, and I've only come across a few people, but the owner of the company that I work for, he owns several other companies, and his other director of operations for his other company is named Jordan. So it's the Jordans. We're always laughing about that because he's also experienced the same thing. There's not a whole lot of Jordans out there.
Well, I was supposed to get the license plate, and instead, I got two binders. And honestly, I do not care.
Right. Oh my God.
Don't care. Now, what did I get from Amazon? Sorry, I'm mail calling on your stream.
Oh, you're good, dude. I'm just very carefully going through and cutting off pieces of
32 was the... Oh, it's my new... well, my replacement God hands are here. And then what's in here? 8 packs. Oh, these are my glass bottles. I got these for decanting.
Oh, glass bottles, nice.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of the AS20 still, and I kind of want to keep that for decanting purposes.
What the hell are these? Labels? Oh, yeah. Nice. They're huge, but that's okay. Oh, and it came with little funnels. How cute. How quaint.
How quaint. Yep. What was that from?
And my circle cutter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know stage 32 is still out on that stage 2. Are you talking about the Falcon? The Falcon stage 32 has been out. They kept saying that 32 was out, or I think it was the license plate that was holding up the GTR shipments.
Ugh.
And then the packing list says license plate, but they gave me 2 plus a folder, and then they sent me the folder instead. And so I have 2 folders, which I could care less about. Let's see. New project. We'll call this Andrew's Colors.
Donnie's asking, new Jesus fingers. What happened to the old ones?
I took a big chunk out of them.
I love the Jesus fingers. Rest you, Steve.
He's just
never forget that.
Yeah. Especially since the puppet had him he was holding the puppet was holding him in his hands.
I know.
Dying. An unlisted video. It'll never be seen by anybody but us. It's fantastic.
So, all right. I think now that we know that Ian's not watching, so we should still try to do that this coming up here for Wonderfest. Put all of our talents together and try to put together the dummy for the dummy. Yeah. One more to cut out and we can paint these panels. Well, I got a tape, then we can paint. And I just heard the 3D printer finish, so we can go ahead and take a look at those parts after I get them cured up. Dave was pretty awesome, and he sent me a wash and cure station, which is really nice. Saved me about $100 or so, which is great. Did I get across the top? I don't know, but we will again. All right. Let's see. Did I get this right? I did. Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't get that part right, but whatever. What's up, Buck? Thanks for stopping by. Using some press and seal to paint some models here. Well, not the models, the model. Take this little fragments here. I ripped off the press and seal at the very end, so I'm just going to use all the fragments that I just cut off to cut that. Or not cut that, but cover that up. All right, so now let's go ahead and slay some trees and use a bunch more tape. And just go through. This is probably overkill, but once again, I just want to make sure that this model is fully protected. Overspray is fine, but I want to control that overspray. It's like drifting and oversteer. You want to control that. All right, so I'm just going to quickly run through all these. Eric.
He's just being mean, huh? A lot of like bright white, hard to miss the blinding white. It's wow. It's all burnt and dirty. What in the world?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Blinded by the light.
Revved up like a douche.
Yeah, God. No one understands revved up like a deuce. Well, we do, but I guarantee if a kid were to hear that song, they'd be like, what the hell? It's so veiny. Yeah, I'm definitely slaying some tape. I'm going to be going to the hobby store tomorrow. Grab some more tape. Although I think I have another thing of 6mm as well. I haven't also been doing a whole lot of taping lately. There was a period of time where it felt like I was painting every model at the same time. And I was just going through tons of paint or tape, and so I was buying a ton of it. It's not so much the case these days. So this one I didn't put tape underneath, so I'm gonna put tape over the top. Right there. Going to the hobby store? Yes, Buck, I will buy you something nice. And by you, I'll be buying me something nice, and I'll think about you when I buy it. How's that? They have, and it's been in there forever, and I think the people who build models around here, no. There's been a there's been a 350 refit sitting on the shelf at my hobby town for the last 6 months.
Yeah, because
nobody's bought it.
Because people know.
Nobody. Yep. Yep. I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh yeah, one of these. No, I don't have to. Thank God. So I'm looking forward to the Reliant Buddy build with Ken, because it's going to be as close to the refit as possible without it being the refit.
Andrew, go check your Discord. Buck shows up, chat goes to hell. What else is new? Kind of surprised they're having you build that in front of Nissan. Build the front of that Nissan. Oh. A second prize? No, you're not. No, Jordan, we're not going to let you.
No, not happening.
Todd, since Donnie and Buck are here, you should play them the soundbite. Oh, yes, because they're both in it. So after I spilled the paint last night, and Donnie so nicely went, "Are you okay?" we had some fun with it. Here you go.
Oh! You okay? Oh! You okay?
Phenomena.
Oh, shaving cream.
Oh, there's a whole soundboard. This is the best thing ever. Oh, literally crying. Woo. Oh man. Oh my god.
He's not okay.
So much to take in and expel there. Eric. Oh, I had a dream last night, and the dream was I had the most amazing modeling workshop ever. And I woke up this morning and it wasn't real, and I got real sad.
Aww.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I was watching the Andy's Hobby Headquarters video, Drink, where he's talking about how he's moving into his new space. And he's got an entire like office that he's gonna be using for a YouTube room, and I'm just like, oh, and it's like perfect for everything. I didn't realize that the Moomin House was so popular over in Europe. It's crazy. They have a whole store dedicated to it. Insanity. All right. We have last. We're gonna this one and this one, and then we're ready to paint. Very cool. Andrew, did you happen to read my dream or something like that? Because that is also what I was thinking. It had a bench in the middle, and then all of the different stations were along the outside and the perimeter of the room. That's kind of interesting.
We were all talking about that. We were talking about having little stations: electronic station, a painting station, a assembly station.
A photo station. God.
Yeah. Well, mine would be the same, but you could have that be separate. Yeah. Oh, you could have a station for scratch builds. You can have all your evergreen stock, and you can have styrene and all your cutting tools, and
that'd be amazing.
you could have a photo etch station.
Oh God, where you burn the place down basically because that whole part of the room needs to be burnt down.
Oh yeah, but when you need to what do they call it when you cook your photo etch so it'll stay curved?
Oh, burnish it.
Burnish it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Donnie says, "Okay, I'm back. Had to step out for a minute, go back 5 minutes, and do everything again." What? No. Yes. Okay.
Oh! You okay?
Or the other version.
Oh! You okay?
Jesus. We're out of control. That's what worries me. Ken says you'll never have enough room. That's the part that worries me. Like, Well, if I built the whole thing, I would fill it all up and then be like, I need more room.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Donnie didn't miss. We took care of him. Thanks, Dash.
All right. Oh my God. We're ready for some paint. Let's do this thing. First thing I'm going to pull paper down a little bit there. Paint. Probably get some fresh stuff in here. Then we're going to take our dropper here. Let's kind of mix it up a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of the
anneal. That's the word. Yes.
Anneal. Burnish.
That's the word. That's the word. Burnishing. I'm like, that sounds sort of right, but I was just trusting you, Jordan, and Jordan was wrong, and I was trusting him. It's the new Donnie sticker. You okay? Right? Yes, that's Donnie's t-shirt now. You okay? Andrew says, I was thinking about that when I was at my dad's wood shop on Monday. He's got a big multi-unit in the center, and then all the other stuff, I assume, around the tools and stations all around. When it's clean, it's a great wood space. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Oh, this paint's great. Great color. Excuse me. Got my pressure a little bit here. There we go. Oh, yeah. Dude, that's so nice. And the last panel. Right, nope, one more. And there are two little greeblies right here. And I think they're two of the smallest greeblies that we had to install.
Andrew says he had a major misprint on his resin printer when putting the next round of adjustments in the photon launcher. Everything stuck to the resin space and film instead of the build plate. Whoop, that happens.
Yep.
Time for a new FEP. So now I need to learn how to replace the film. Yep, that's how it goes. Dash says, Todd, I got a 40 by 22 foot building space, and I think by the time I put all my Lego builds, comics, and partworks and other stuff, my benches, like you said with each station, I think it'll be ... It's the end of that comment. Full is the word I was thinking.
Yeah, right. Some of you guys like Buck and Dash with the huge stashes. That's like a whole storage space just in and of itself. You definitely do want to go light with the pencil, though.
Oh, yeah, just enough so you can see it. You don't want it to show up to the paint.
Exactly. What'd that
so to finish his sentence, it'll be too small. I should have rebuilt my 106 by 35 foot barn into a 3-story hobby building. It might take $500,000 to do it. Well, start saving, Dash.
So yeah, like it's never too late.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing I love about Tamiya, dries stupid fast.
It's great, isn't it? And
I
it thins
love
so nicely with alcohol, makes it smell good.
I really, I remember the first time I said, I like to smell it to me, and you're like, oh, you guys are like, oh, you like alcohol, huh?
I mean, what are there? I'm sure there are, but I haven't used any other paints that have that alcohol base.
No, I have not.
Eric says, I see Jordan has his airbrush bong cleaning jar out. Yes. And Ken says he's going to have to get his entire stash together to show you guys.
Oh, dude, that's the thing. Like,
man. We'll love it.
All right. This last little bit and let this dry for a second, and we'll go ahead and do some ASMR. And let that dry while I clean up my airbrush. Managed to use most of that paint. Most of it. Probably say 95% of that. I just don't feel like pulling it out of there. Where'd it go? Oh no. Out of stock on pipettes over here.
Oh no.
Gotta go grab my
Actually,
bag
the
of
wood shop's
pipettes.
another building. He's got plenty of building space. Might have to make a Lego barn. My official workspace is 10 by 15, but I spill out in the rest of the garage more often than I should. Oh, that's two different people. It's Andrew that says the workspace is 10 by 15. I do everything in a 10 by 10 room.
I do everything at the end of my 14 by 10 room. Literally from where I'm at to the end of another desk. That's it. And then the rest of, well, that's not true. The stuff is taking over all of my personal space. So, like, my closet now has a resin printer, a heater, couple of shelving units. All of my models are, all my part works boxes are sitting in there. It's kind of insanity. Get all that out of there. Oh god. Likely I just got some paint on the ground. And we have the ugliest carpet in here, so lovely. Right.
Eric says, uh-oh, stash battle in the chat. Many walk in. One walks away with a lighter bank account. Buck.
Grabbing some Q-tips real fast. Apparently, out of stock of things in here. Yeah. There we go. I think tonight's going to be a proper time to do a full breakdown of the airbrush.
Well, you still have to do the mandibles.
Phenomena.
What's funny is there's no paint on the mandibles up there. No panels. See?
What?
Yeah.
There is on the bottom.
Yep, on the bottom, but on the top, nothing.
Interesting.
Like, I was looking at it and like studying super hard, and I just could not pick out any panels except for this one red one that has any sort of paint on it. So, yeah, a little odd, actually. I have this whole smaller bottle, this size airbrush cleaner, not this gigantic one. So I should probably While we're waiting for that to finish drying, use this instead.
Johnny says, I think Ravel and Mr. Hobby are alcohol based. Okay.
Mr. Hobby is. I've never used Ravel's paint though. That's interesting. But it is a slightly different alcohol smell than Tamiya's. Slightly.
Buxton's, you guys count your kits? He goes to the semi-weigh station and weighs them.
Jesus.
Yeah. Dash says, Todd, you lose everything in a 10 by 10, or you have everything in a 10 by 10, you already lose things. It's because every time I find something, I said, well, I'm going to put this over here so I don't lose it. It's gone.
Right.
If I had more places to organize and more shelves where I could organize things, I wouldn't lose them. I keep all the model stuff together, but I have to put things in nooks and crannies because I have no space, and they disappear.
Yep.
This one.
True story. True story.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Right.
It's seen at a glance. I'm afraid of bands. I go off on brands and I shit my pants.
Oh, love it.
Fantastic.
Let's go ahead and peel. Let's do some ASMR.
Oh. Are you going to give us the eyes? No, the eyes, like when you licked it. Come on.
I
All right,
don't
you're going to
remember
wreck the model. Look at what you're doing.
I don't remember what I did. The licking was very sensual. So that's what that looks like after we're done.
All right, now sell that to somebody else. Sell that to Ian.
Right?
So you can just lay that on his model and paint. Yes, thank you, Buck. I just need to put things where I think I'll lose them and I'll find them every time. Yes.
Oh my God, Buck. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no. I hope not. Eric, please, no. Eric says, how many streams do you think Ian will speak with a British accent after his trip? Probably onto something, Eric.
Dude, it makes so much sense. I don't even know how it happened, guys. I just happened to pick it up while I was over there for 5 days. God. Now that one was the one that I was worried about, and it actually turned out really, really well. Huh? Over tape that one, and that's actually totally fine. Oh, buddy.
Yeah. Wow, it's actually starting to look like panels. It's crazy.
Right?
Oh, God. They say, Andrew says if Ian uses a British accent, he's going to switch to an Irish one. What accent can you do, Jordan?
I can do Midwest. Yeah, sure, you betcha, don't you know, eh? Let's see. God, I can do. You're putting me on the spot. That's. Damn it, you put me on the spot. What else can I do? I can do the Midwestern. I can do a Canadian accent, of course. Like, hey, who's your colored newspaper, eh? That's from the Rick Moranis skits. And every time I attempt to do a British accent or anything, my newfie, Yeah. Anytime I attempt to do a British accent or something like that, it winds up like coming off as Scottish, and then I try to do Scottish, and then it comes off as Irish, and I just no, 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 no. That's in bad taste. Definitely wouldn't do that. All right, so let's set her flat here. Focus. There we go. And outside of the tan panels on the top,
So start masking.
Yeah.
You have a light tan and a dark tan.
so for that front, let's take a look what I have. I've got,
Oh, you know what you forgot to paint? The docking rings.
oh, I did, didn't I?
There's a couple stripes in the docking rings. You know, come back to them when you do the bottom.
Yeah. So I've got wooden deck tan, which will work.
Do you have the sand or
I do. I've got the stuff for the runabout.
or the flesh? What do they call it? Human flesh or something? Flesh something?
Yeah, so I have from Game Color, I have pale flesh.
Well, that's too pink. Too pink.
Yep. Then I have sand growl, sand gray,
That might work.
the dunkel gray. And then for the darker, I have a light gray brown.
That looks too dark. That looks about right.
And then the Zimmert ochre.
Yeah, that one looks better for the dark.
So like kind of go with the dunkelgelb, maybe, or the sand.
You have
growl,
a little piece of paper or card or something?
Yeah, I do.
I put a little drop on each one. It helps.
Perfect.
Oh my God, you guys just went crazy with the accents. Okay. Dash says, trust me, you will not hear the end of Ian London experience for months worth of streams. We've already heard of it for months. He's been saying he's been going to London for 6 weeks.
Yep.
And he's going to have dinner with Ian or with Wayne.
Yep.
Eric says, Ken and Jordan need to do the McKenzie brothers from the Stranger Brew skit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Buck says, Jordan, why does it look like your cockpit is upside down? What? No, it's just masked off.
It's masked off.
Ken says, no way, hosers.
No hosiery. Hey, hosiery.
Dash can do Goofy, Yoda, and Austrian. Oh, then Buck says, disregard, it states up beyond reason. Buck says it's sleeved for its protection and pleasure. That's right.
Oh, God.
What about Russian or Czech? I don't know.
In Soviet Russia, Potter drives you. Okay, so here is our sand growl. I just got a piece of paper I'm going to use. Sand. We'll go sand first so I know which way we're going here.
Ken says if you're a white guy, any white guy accent should be fine.
Yep. And we have our Dunkelgelb, which basically, oh, it is a little lighter than that. Okay. And there's Zimmer.
Buck says I can do Alaskan and Midwestern. Donnie says the little tab sticking out of the bottom of the cockpit tube. No, he built this one correctly.
Yeah.
The MPC has like a little scrotum sack hanging down in this toilet water. That's what that is.
And you know what's funny is like it's sitting on top of my shelf over there, and it's sitting out where the cockpit is like facing out. And I'll be laying in bed watching TV or whatever, and I'll see it, and I'll just shake my head, like, God damn it! So here are our 3 colors.
I like the two on the left. Gotta be honest with you.
The 2 on the left?
Yep, that's your light and darks. You don't want it to be too dark.
Right. Perfect. All right.
Let's do it.
That the light is going to be the sand growl, which is going to be RAL 7027.
Okay.
Yes, Buck, you do have a problem.
Well,
And
he is
then,
getting older. He is getting older, so
That's true. And then the Dunkelgelb, which is going to be RAL 7028. So that's going to be our darker and our lighter. So perfect.
excellent.
So I want to try to finish before the end of the stream. I got 25 minutes or so. Not like I'm in
You
a
got,
huge hurry or anything
there's
like that.
only like what 3 panels? Should be super easy.
Yep, exactly. I'm not in a huge hurry either. So it is going to be this panel right here is going to be the.
Don't forget your big picture, man.
Oh, for sure. I'm looking at the decals, but good point. Okay.
Oh yeah, the decals. Right, you can use the masks for that.
Yep, there are 3 of them. There are 4 masks actually. There's 2 light and 2 dark. So the 2 lighter color is going to go on this side, and the 2 darker is going to go over here, and they all have decals. So let's go ahead and grab them, or not decals, but masks. So let's grab 87, and 87 is going to be this panel right here.
Isn't there some on the turret ring? No, that's the ESB Falcon.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the other one.
Dash
is
says,
right
"Well,
here.
I could do a hillbilly accent, but I think Donnie would be offended. Why? Donnie does it perfectly. And then Donnie says, at least I can spell could."
Oh, yes.
Because Dash did it with a K. Cooked, because he's typing too fast or got respelled. Yeah, so could lie. Oh God, no! Here comes the bad grammar.
Oh no.
All these brilliant minds destroyed by the public education system.
Yeah. Let's just say this. I went to school in Canada for part of my 7th grade school year. Just part. And they're like, well, we can't move you back, but we should. That American education system's no good. I thought that was pretty hilarious when I was a kid, actually.
I need a beverage. I'll be back.
Heard that. This is a 2-part mask, which was kind of cool. And for the masks as well, I'm going to be taking the same approach with the taping around the outside and then putting our press and seal over the top of that. And then 65 right there. Kat made some chicken and dumplings tonight, and I could smell it out there, and it's just freaking amazing. Oh my God. Had a couple bites before the stream started. There we go. It's not exactly the most obvious where you're supposed to put these masks. There we go. And some of these, wondering, it was just the design of the model, but some of these like pipes that we put over the top seem like they're sitting right along the edges. So you just got to be a little careful with spraying there. Yeah, those 2. And then finally get to bust out the 194 that I started using last time. We have 94B here. 94 was in 3 different sections, if I'm not mistaken. It was. So 94A, B, and C.
Doesn't that usually mean
Oh.
that it's 3 adjacent panels?
Yep.
Now, if you don't care about the line in between them, you can just tape that off manually.
Right.
Because that's what they're for. It's so the line in between stays white, right?
Yep. Yep. Set that one offset just a little bit. There we go. There we go.
Oh my God. They're all being dumb in chat. Insane. They're all out of control.
I saw some epic spelling there by Buck.
I see it.
Love it. Like Jethro Bodine, 12 years of school and graduated clean through the 6th grade.
Yep.
72. There you are. $72.
Buck says, not there, Jordan. I said, Ethel. But it was too late.
It was too late. Oh. Where? Hold on. Right next to. Here. Yep.
You need to trim the corner of that so it doesn't overlap the other panel.
Yes, thank you. I was just looking at that. Great, great catch. Yeah, there are a couple of these as well that do that. We'll sit over the top of each other. All right. There we go. Last mask put on. So the dark color is going to go over here, and then the light colors are going to go right here.
Wait a minute, though. The one you just put on, didn't it just cover that panel a little bit? Do you need to snip the corner off? The one you just put on is covering the upper panel, the inner panel a little, looks like.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
You just lift that corner and just snip it off with some scissors or something?
Yeah.
Your X-Acto knife, something.
I'm actually going to grab my single-bladed nippers for that. Put a line there.
Oh my God, they're beating each other up. We don't even have to do it, Buck. They're beating each other up in the chat. It's hilarious.
I'll look up here in a second.
I remember that, but this part, Buck. Hooked on phonics, work for me.
Oh my God, right? I had a t-shirt that said that. I had my phase of goofy t-shirt time. My favorite was I do my own stunts, and it was a stick figure falling off of a building.
I remember that.
Yep. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I used the 10 millimeter last time. I don't want to try to preserve that a little bit. So just going to go through and cover up all these masks again. Thankfully, it's not as many as we just did. I'm actually really excited about finishing this up. And that'll be the top half of the Falcon painted completely.
Well, sort of.
Yeah. Well, the first layer of paint done on the top.
Yeah, then you got to add all the accent colors. These are the bulk colors. It's just a color coat.
Yep.
You have all the accent colors, the rusts, the yellows,
chipping, and the
you got to darken all your maintenance pits.
Mm-hmm. I like to darken my maintenance pits. Am I right?
Ken says, remember having to go check the giant dictionary in school that weighed as much as the children using the dictionary?
Oh my God! Right?
You have those carved little finger holes in the side so you could open it to a certain letter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't as sad as the Bibles that also did that.
Kids with magic. Yeah. I like Buck's comment too. He's like, look in the dictionary. You got to know how to spell it to find it in the dictionary.
Wait, they didn't have autocorrect back then?
Today's kids are so spoiled. They have no idea.
Yeah, they are. God, we actually had to learn how to spell things properly. Apparently, chat didn't at all. I'm looking at you guys. Buck says, how do you spell? And Ken says, with magic.
Well, I mean, somebody had to make the words the very first time, so they just pulled them out of thin air, so they kind of were magical.
Right? And English is one of the most difficult languages to learn. So, we're already behind the ball on that front.
They're trying to mess you up, Jordan. Buck's like, just one more small push, Jordan will be broken.
You're not wrong. There's buttons here that are meant to break me.
Oh, we have so many too.
Yep. All the variations. I still can't believe I ripped that. Phenomenal.
He's gone.
Oh! You okay?
Jordan needs a minute.
It's the final.
Woo. I'm all sweaty over here. Did somebody say steak?
Donnie says, don't you look at me with that tone of voice.
I was just over here talking shit,
Ken's like, then Todd, why aren't more things called ouch? Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
See, Buck was right. We were right on the edge. He was almost there.
I am always on the edge. Like, I have showed my employees this. I've actually hopped into the test studio on StreamYards at work, and I've just gone in and pressed the buttons.
Oh,
for my employees.
I believe that.
I think I mentioned it last time, but Kat thought it was funny the first maybe 3 or 4 times that I pressed the button, but it stopped being funny like the ensuing 10 or 15. So,
because she's a girl, the boys will always find it funny.
That's true. I mean, to be fair, she's kind of awesome like that, and we'll laugh. But when I'm just dying laughing like that, like it's my own fart. It's like I shouldn't be laughing that hard at it, but this is me. And I was doing it while Ian.
You're down to the last couple colors. It's crazy.
It's exciting.
What are you going to use for your maintenance pits and engine vents?
Good question. I was thinking about what was the color? I really am I like German gray because it's really, really dark. But I don't know. I was thinking that. I've also thinking about rubber black, having a little bit of rubber black in there. I was also thinking about like rubber black. Yeah. I was thinking rubber black, and then
such a nice chalky sooty color.
Exactly. And that's exactly it. I want a nice chalky and sooty color to get in there because it's chalky and sooty in there. And it takes highlighting really, really well. It really does
Yeah.
a good job of like when you put any pigments over the top of it, it just really makes them pop. So that's kind of what my idea is. I want to be able to go in and like touch a little bit here and there, like get some of the copper in there to give the impression that like some of the braiding is like exposed or something like that on the wires. So yeah, I'm glad that you said rubber black as well, because I was like kind of going back and forth, and I'm like dark iron, but then that's too sparkly, and so yeah.
Donnie says you have to slow down. He hasn't even primed his yet. Jordan is winning this race, if it's a race.
If it's a race, right?
Oh my God, we even got Buck doing it. Buck says, the next time I have a good fart, I'm turning up the gain of my mic, which if you heard last night was insane in the beginning of the video. Ian will hear it in the UK.
I'm going to hold you to that, Buck.
And Dash says, Donnie, don't you make... Donnie has a ton of makeup time too, I think.
He does, yeah.
I've only been building on the streams, and I think I've missed maybe one or two. I probably have a couple hours. To be fair, I did work on it last night for like 4, so that probably made up some.
Right. Yeah, I've only missed one stream so far out of this. This is the one that I've managed to keep up on. Usually Wednesdays are the easiest day for me, but unlike yesterday.
He says that as he shows up 3 hours late. Yeah.
Yep. That's usually how it goes, but you know, corporate douchebaggery will always take over, of course.
Eric says, Donnie, cut back on the Mountain Dew and you can be in the lead too. Are you kidding? The Mountain Dew is what keeps him going.
It's Donnie fuel.
It's like race fuel for Donnie.
That's right. It's miniature painting fuel.
Dash, this is a terrible idea. I'll let Jordan read it.
You should all eat beans in a few hours before a stream and see if we can all make a song with parts.
Such a bad idea. And Buck does not have a time limit. He can work on it whenever he wants.
That's very true.
He started so late that he's not. I don't feel that Buck should be constrained to that limit. So
nope. Buck can
did finally make it last night. Yeah, he showed up. Just after 7 o'clock?
Yep, it was just after 7.
I mean, we went 5 some hours. So I hung out with you for a while.
I think I finished up the stream probably around 9:30 or so last night.
How long did you guys go after I left?
Not long. It was probably like maybe 15, 20 minutes or so.
I got you.
Yeah.
Dash says,
popped in and...
wouldn't smoke be a better color over black? To be fair, smoke is just very diluted black. So you get the same effect as using a black. You just mist it on in light coats until you get the color you want.
So that's what I've heard smoke mentioned a couple times. I've never actually used that color before.
Yeah, I've used it for a couple things, mostly for tinting windows. But
interesting.
Because it's just an extremely thin black paint.
Got it. So it's just really, really thinned down then.
Yeah, I mean it still has the pigment in it, but
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donnie says, cut back on Mountain Dew. Is that even possible? No. I have one, at least one in the morning every day. Got to keep the Mountain Dew in you. Dash says, damn, I missed a good fart paint spilling stream. I need to go watch after this one. Yes, you should.
Yes, you should. We were going for a while. It was awesome. I was like getting a little dismayed. I'm like, could actually miss another stream.
Ken says, okay, you guys can keep the next PG Falcon out of the regular numbered series and call it the catch-up episode?
Huh?
There's going to be all of us at different stages, and if I take a long time to paint it, or Donnie takes a long time to paint it, we'll hang out until the bitter end.
That's right.
Even if we're keeping it company until everybody's done. You know how it is.
Exactly.
Even if Jordan finishes early, what he'll do is he'll watch other people doing stuff. He goes, "Oh, I want to do that," and then he'll put a little touch of paint here, and he'll go ahead and do this. And he's still got to do. It's like 150 decals. He's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, we're not anywhere close to being done at all. At all. That's the exciting part. Okay, that side's taped up. Let's go ahead and get
which
the
one's
last
which?
side. So this is the light gray or the light, and then this is the dark side.
All right. Should do your dark colors first.
Yep.
You're not going to clean the airbrush fully between. I like to go darks
Nope.
and then. This is me. That way it doesn't. It doesn't. It's harder for the paint to lighten up than it is to darken it, right? So if you're combining paint, like if you just blast thinner through an airbrush, like between colors, I tend to start with the darker ones.
Yep.
Because if there's dark paint stuck in there, and then you use the, or what is it? Yeah, if you use the light paint, no, you do the lights first. Is that right? Because the darks will override it.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to shoot black and then shoot white. You want to shoot white,
then black. Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see where we at. Donnie's got to get some of the press and seal. Yep, I ordered some. Buck says he counted. There's 5,342.6 decals.
Official count.
Yeah. And Eric says, Donnie, it keeps your Falcon fresh longer.
That's right.
That's right.
You press and seal.
So you put that on and then tape it again?
I normally wouldn't, but for this model,
does that help stiffen the edge or something to keep it from coming up, or
it keeps it from coming up and just getting any excess paint where I don't want it. I'm probably going a little overboard if I'm being real.
Okay.
So usually what I'll do when I'm doing this is I'll just go through and press along the outside in the area where I'm about to paint it real quick, and then just walk away. You don't have to do this, but I'm just a little, I don't know, being anal retentive about it. Anal retentive. I had to throw in that second part there because otherwise I want YouTube to freak out. Oh my god. All right.
I think Ken wants to see us all building the Grissom. Well, it might be a year, but we have them. It's all right. We're slowly collecting parts.
We are.
Jordan is proofing it. I assume you mean like a loaf of bread. Yes. Ken's like double face. Yep. I'm actually terrified to build the Grissom, but I'm going to do it.
Why are you terrified?
Because it's a starship and
it's clean.
Strip and I don't know anything about the Grissom. Other than seeing it on screen a few times before it explodes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get our light color down. See how this is spring. Oh yeah, smells. Ugh. The MIG smells funny. That's for sure. Turn it down a little bit.
Where'd your towel go?
You guys need a towel. Oh, so hard. Oh, my rolled up towel, yeah.
Buck would like to know what aftermarket parts are there for the Grissom.
There is the green strawberry photo etch set, which, like the Defiant, has a what do you call it? The shuttle bay, and then it also has the main bridge, if I'm not mistaken, and then just the exterior photo etch, and then there's also the they have chiller grills. They have a couple of other things as well, along with a proper G-Cals masking or the G-Cals decal set. Yeah, there's a few things out there for it. I'm probably missing something because I'm being put on, because I put myself on the spot. So
the prison and photo etch, but I know there's more. Like you said, the G-Cals and all sorts of stuff. So I mean, we're gonna need a list. Somebody's gonna put a list together of these things that we get. So Donnie says, "Isn't the Falcon a starship too?" It is, but I am way more familiar with the Millennium Falcon and know a lot more about like colors and what things do what, where I'm, what it should look like and things like that versus the Grissom I've seen for 5 seconds on TV on the screen.
Right.
So that's why it's unfamiliar. So Buck says he's planning on the chiller grills and external photo etch. I haven't looked at all because I'm not close to that point yet.
Now that starting to get familiar with how STL files work as well, I can look at printing and doing some stuff because I really like the stuff that Will is doing over at the Ensign's chair. Like, if I was to, like, I'm not the biggest fan of watching his videos because, like, he doesn't really show you what he's doing when he's doing it, and that'd be like my only knock. Like, he's like, okay, I'm going to do this, and then I'll be right back, and then you don't see any of the work, and then it's already done. But the quality of his work really speaks for itself, and so something to think about. Maybe we should also come up with some of our own custom stuff as well.
Eric says Todd will lose it. I won't. You know why? Is because when I'm building something and not taking pictures, like I'm just building it for me, I don't hold myself to the highest standard because I'm just having fun and enjoying myself. But when I'm building it for the websites, I've kind of built it to a certain level of what people expect.
Right.
They expect a certain level of explanation, a certain level of camera angles, things like that. So I hold myself to a higher standard, and it stresses me out when I can't get things right. But just like this, like the Peachy Falcon, I'm just having a good old time with the Peachy Falcon until the paint explodes all over me and kisses me on the neck like a vampire. And even then, I didn't get mad.
Now, the Falcon's like one of the builds that I really look forward to because, like, it's only during the stream that we build it, so I don't have to think about it the rest of the time. Oftentimes, I'm thinking about all the models that I need to build, and I still go through the thing where I stress myself out and I can't build something because I'm too stressed about it. So that's why I haven't been putting out many scale model builds lately. Just because I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Dash says, speaking of Star Trek, I noticed a few of the original episodes, the Enterprise wasn't even lit.
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me. Buck says, if all goes wrong, Todd, you can make the Grissom from the end of the movie and blow it up. I'll just paint it dark green and camouflage it. There's lighting kit. Yep, that's for the Grissom. That's what Buck says. Yep, it's designed for lighting. Nice. Eric says, Todd, what's the biggest part you've lost so far? On what? On the Bandai Falcon? On any of my part works? What? I haven't really lost any big parts. Ken says, a roll bar with torpedo launchers on the Grissom. Yes. Let's put a Reliant weapons platform on top.
I am all about that. 100%.
Wait a minute. Let me think about the Grissom. Can we do it so it bridges the nacelles? Yeah. So it makes almost like that Vulcan ship where it looks like a ring from the front.
The Dockyards class, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So is the Falcon on any kit. Well, on the Bandai, I lost one little tiny corner piece. There's little corner braces for the docking rings, and it pinged off. And so I just drilled a hole there, and that's where my wire goes in. So that's the only part I lost. I did lose one of the pedals for the big Millennium Falcon. One of the gun.
That's right.
Pedals. It went pinging off. I'll never see that again, but it'll be on the bottom. I don't care. But other than that, I can't think of any parts that I lost that I didn't either find or replace, at least. Buck says, I like it, Ken. I have a second or more Reliance. Yeah, there you go. Kit bashing at its finest. Dash says, well, you didn't get paint on the Falcon, just yourself. That's true. I'm happy about that. Yes, I did not get any paint on the Falcon. Right. Buck says, I'm kicking around breaking out a 537 Enterprise for work cells. There you go.
Ooh. That's cool. I like kit bashing. That's so cool.
How those tans come out? Can you see a difference?
Big time.
Yeah.
Definitely darker and lighter for sure. Turned out really good too. I really like spraying this the MIG paints. It's like a urethane.
You got it on there pretty thick. It looks pretty wet.
It's wet, yeah.
I
had my pressure up too high.
Buck says Falcon prized. Well, remember, that's what Steve was going to do.
That's right.
Buck, you can still do it. You can carry on. You can carry on the torch. The USS Falcon prize.
There we go. All right. So I'll let those dry real fast while I clean my airbrush. And we'll pour our masks and we'll be done for the night.
Well, you got a lot done. All
I
the
really
upper
did.
light grays, you got the tans. You mixed your own
Yep.
paint.
Yeah.
Dash says, if we do a Grissom, Andrew will probably have to buy a Helio size. Why not? He can build a really big one. And then Ken says Lou did one. Oh, the Grissom? A big one or just the normal model?
I think he did the 537 because I got the Aztec dummy masking kit for it. It's gonna be interesting. I've never done true Aztecing yet, so I know that masking process is a little bit of a challenge.
Ken says he did both. Oh God!
Wow,
that's a lot of dedication. You must really like the Grissom if you're going to build a really big one and pay that kind of money for it. Donnie says Lou did the big resin Grissom. Dash says, aren't they doing a lower deck ship? I think the Cerritos is on the book for Polar Lights, right? Round 2 said they were going to do a lower deck Cerritos.
Yep. So Cult TV Man, in one of their recent emails they just released, saying it's slated for first quarter 2025, along with the Strange New Worlds Enterprise as well.
I would build that only because it's cartoons, right? So it's cell color.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of have fun painting it. You don't have to worry about weathering and all that. It's just all these blunt colors.
Mm-hmm.
That's be fun. I'd probably do
I have it on pre-order. It was one of the very first things that I pre-ordered as soon as I discovered Cult TV Man. So yeah, no, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And the kit, when they had it at Wonderfest, the sample one, and it looked really good. Like the clear parts for the nacelles look really, really good, and I'm kind of impressed. I'm hoping. I have hope for that one, that it'll be pretty good. So, and that's definitely on the list of things for builds. And I need to kind of clear out, like I said, the list of things that I'm building right now, so I have room for all the stuff that's coming out. It's gonna be pretty cool. Lose with studio skill. Really?
I believe that. It's funny you guys were talking about the Enterprise C studio model.
Yeah.
Which when I went to the Skirball Center to take pictures of the 6-foot D, they had the C studio model there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was in a glass case, and I could have swore I took pictures of it, and I can't find them. They also had like the half-destroyed Borg cube and all sorts of stuff there. So Paul Allen bought up tons of Star Trek stuff. He had most of the original series. He had the navigation console from the original series. He had seats. He had all sorts of stuff before he passed away. That was a huge collection. He had a huge collection.
He's a huge nerd, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He says, "What kit are you talking about, Jordan? Which one? You're talking about the Cerritos."
The Cerritos, yeah.
From Lower Decks.
Yep.
Round 2 Polar Lights is talking about it coming out, and he was saying that Cult TV Man said early next year.
Yep.
God, that paint still looks shiny to me. Maybe it's just the lights, but
it is a little.
I mean, it's okay to pull it up while it's wet. Just be careful.
Yep. No, I'm definitely not going to touch it, but definitely a little damp still.
Dash says, any idea about the black hole kits? Because I know they were talking about those too.
Second quarter.
Second quarter. Okay.
Second quarter, yep.
Ken says, Jordan, have you ever gone to the Pulp Culture Museum and seen the Klingon ship?
I have.
Well, all of Paul's stuff, they used to have a huge exhibition at the MPOP.
Yep.
For Paul Allen's stuff. The 6-foot model was there, the Voyager was there. What else was there?
I didn't catch that at the time. DS9 was there as
that
well,
was a while ago. Yeah, I think the DS9. I mean, those three were hanging from the ceiling in that room, and since then they have shrunk that exhibit considerably.
Now it's literally
it's like a little room now. It's tiny.
Yeah. You just got
But
the
I
cabinet
think
chair
that's
and that's it.
because I think that's because the stuff's on the tour, right? So when I went to the Skirball Center,
Yep.
that collection was on tour. That
Right.
was I drove out to California for it, and I think that's where all that stuff went. My guess is, since M-Pop was kind of Paul's thing, it'll probably go back there eventually.
More than likely, yeah. And he's like, you know, of course, a huge figure around here. So, like, everything that he's got going on, people will keep around.
Yeah. Dash says, by the way, Todd, I voted for the Tomy to do a Klingon ship. Oh, you're evil.
Nice.
Didn't even back it. He's voting for the wrong one. Not even a backer. Voting for the wrong ship. How dare you? Just kidding.
Well, there it is.
That was great, man. Donnie
It
says,
really
"Looks so
does.
pretty, Jordan."
Thank you. Wow, it's too clean. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's the
Yes.
thing that like right now, the thing that kind of really pops up to me is that this thing is extraordinarily clean, but it really does look good. Man, I almost want next week on the stream, on the Perfect Grade stream, I'm going to go through and do a couple of gray panels back here as well. I can't pick it out on the photos, but I feel like it's kind of missing something. Thanks, Ken. I really appreciate that.
Donnie
I gotta
says,
say,
"Time to
those-
get dirty."
Yep. Those tans.
It has a whole
work
nother layer
still-
level of. I love it.
Yeah, it really does work with that. And I just hope that
That's cute. Well, you got to remember back in 1975, they didn't use panel liners and they didn't do pre-shading. Everything was done in layers, right? So they would mist things and then add another layer on top of that of a different color and they would add shades and things like that because the lighting, the studio lighting is where they got all the accent. They would gel the studio lighting the way they wanted, and they would light certain angles and stuff to pick up all the relief. You know, so it's not, you know, like using a panel liner. It's not. They didn't really use washes back then. They didn't use panel liners back then, right? Everything was done basically hand painted or airbrushed, and it was just layers of misting and layers of color and just on and on and on. And they would mix them. You know, they would put down a base red and then put a light misting of blue to pull it down more of a purple color, right? It's very interesting how they did stuff back then, and so that's what I'm going to try to do. Right? Is I'll give it a super light wash just to kind of call out some of the details, but then it's just going to be weathering, and the weathering is the oil streaks, right? That's what you're missing, all the oil streaks, and you're missing the chipping, right? Right now it's too clean, it's too perfect, it's brand new with a bunch of wrong panels on it, you know.
Exactly. You
know. Because if you go back to Lando's when the YT1300, it was very smooth. It didn't have all the armor panels on it, right? It didn't have all because the armor panels are all the little panels that have the notches in them, and those were added to it when Han got it. He armored it, so that's where all these different colors came from, and so it's gonna start picking up character, I think.
This already has a ton of it now. Like this is really cool, man. Like, I keep looking at it and I'm just kind of like, oh, this is good.
Good night, Donnie.
Thanks, Donnie. I really appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for dropping by tonight. Yeah. Dude, that turned out really good. I'm super pleased. Well, before we go, let's go ahead. I'm going to pop off screen real quick. I'm going to take a look to see.
Dash would like to know, did you see the huge Enterprise in Lou's collection? I remember when was it Wayne that did the tour of his room? You should go back and find Wayne's video when he went in that model room, and he's got huge models in there.
Really?
Yeah.
So this print turned out glorious. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up real fast, and I'll show it to you guys.
That really good.
Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to quickly put on some gloves. We'll wash our parts before carrying them. I'm so glad that the failed prints have stopped, because every single time I had a failed print, I had to stop and clean out the vat and like burn off the what do you call it? The do the curing on the oh god, the vat itself, so we can clear all the crap off. And oh god, it was just awful. Just awful. So cover put back on that bad boy. But when you have a successful print, all you got to do is just take it off and then just make sure you stir the resin before you start using it again.
Yeah, I have a ton of pictures of the 5-foot model, but they're all in black and white, so it doesn't really help. Like, you can see that there's different paddle colors, but you can't tell what color they are.
Right. All right. So this is washing up real quick. All right. So Dash is asking if Don has worked on his dory at all.
I'm looking to see if I can find these pictures. That's somebody that painted that one. Let me look and see what these guys.
Falcon colors right there. I want to clean that brush, Jordan. Just Echo, turn off compressor.
Okay.
Hey, who was it that had the dory? It wasn't Don. All you model wooden boat builders.
Dash says he will go. It was on Wayne's stream. He'll find it and go link to that laughing pizza guy. That must be you.
I am a laughing pizza guy for sure. All I do is laugh.
I could have swore.
Goes there? No. Where are you? Over there. Very nice. The wash and cure station makes a very funny little sound when it's going through each minute of it.
Hang on a second. I think I know where they are. Let's see.
Nice.
Oh, I do have some pictures of it. Oh. Hold, please.
Oh, I like it. I just checked my phone and
I'm just going to open this in Paint. But let me see here. Share screen. Window. This. Share. That's the 5-foot.
oh
So
wow.
it's really hard to tell where, if there's any gray back here. I mean, I see the streaks, but the streaks are surprisingly not nearly as dark as I thought they were from the engine vents. Lots of rust. Lots of rusts. Yeah, I don't really see any gray back here. Let me look in that same folder. Let me see what else I got. Oh, look at this. They didn't even chip the paint. Huh, look at this. Hang on. Let's see if I can drag this over here. Can I do that? Look at that. They just painted on. They painted the chips on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that
So
detail,
this, what else do I got? Oh, this is a good picture.
No. You.
Is that showing? Yes.
Hold on, sorry. I was away from the screen. I was digging my hand into some IPA. Oh wow.
That's a big picture. Scroll it down a little bit.
Wow.
See these little pen marks? You're gonna go in here with a Sharpie and add all these little pen marks all over the place. These little single lines and
Little
equal
dashes.
Yep, little dashes.
Yeah.
They put those all over this model. They're everywhere. There's an equal signs right here, but yeah, you can see there's the gray, gray, gray. There's that light blue right here. Light blue, medium gray.
There's 3 little red dots there.
That's a decal.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a
I've seen
decal.
Edelbrock. There's an Edelbrock one right there.
Where's that? Oh, here's the Highway
It's an
1
Edelbrock.
on the cockpit. Where's Edelbrock? Where am I looking at?
Is it the red one that you just the second one that you highlighted? Was that an Edelbrock?
This one down here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Echo. Turn on compressor.
There's your tan plates right there.
Echo cancel. Jesus.
Oh my! Look how good you did, man. You got this. You got the light tan right here. Got those 2 plates. You got that tan plate over here at the corner of the radar dish. Look at you go.
I did miss, however, the dark right below the radar dish.
Oh,
So
this
right
section
here.
right here.
Yep. I missed that one.
Yeah,
Here's
but
a
you
good
got
African
you
trick
got
cut.
this. That what is that? The dark gray or is that? Yeah.
Yep.
But you got the panel above it like a medium.
Yep.
And you got the 2 blue sections right here on the this section here and this section here.
Yep.
Got those. You got the dark streak right here. Look at you go. Let me see what else do I have for 5-footer. Here's the other side. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's because I don't want to. Here's the other side.
Oh. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting that they painted these chips on.
And they use the Sharpie or a fine point Sharpie.
Oh God, you can tell they use a Sharpie all over the place.
Yeah, create
All the
oil
Sharpie because it
streaks
has that weird purple gloss that Sharpie does. Black, it's not real black. It's like almost a purple shiny. Now it's you'll have to almost do that with a pencil because obviously this model was 5 foot long. So
right. God.
Let's see what else I got. I got this picture. Oh, that one's really big. What is that? A $sign decal? And look, those pits are not that dark. It's worth noting.
Okay. Hold on one sec.
And I think I showed this one already, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they're not that dark. I thought they were
really
a lot
not.
darker than that, but they're really not. Let's see what else do I got. This one. It's more of like the cockpit. Very generic cockpit.
Look at all the putty there around the edge of the cockpit.
Oh yeah, stuff you'd never see on film.
Yeah.
Just a mess. And we're sitting here trying to be perfect, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's really dirty above the cockpit there too. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's almost like you can't make it bad because you just make it look terrible and then it's fine. Look at all the brown that's along the mandible right here. It's crazy.
Dude.
Like it's almost like somebody scratched the paint right here. Just
phenomena.
What else we got? This one. Looks like the top turret.
Oh, look at all that rust sitting over the top of the red.
Yeah. Well, what they did is you can tell they went with orange, and they almost like they sponged some orange on top of the red here.
Yeah.
Just to mess it up. And there's little sponges of yellow. There's some rust around the edges of these panels. I mean, you really can kind of get crazy. There is no solid colors. Everything is a variation. It's all these mixes of colors, you know.
Right.
It's not supposed to be clean and pretty. Now, if you want a straight, what is this? This side-by-side? I found this picture too. This is the side-by-side of somebody. This is the 5 foot on the left, and this is the Bandai that somebody did on the right.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So somebody went insane trying to, but this not may be a bad idea for your paints and stuff. This left picture, or just match what this guy did on the right, because this guy went in and tried to match every little scrapes on this panel. He tried to match them perfectly.
He did a great job.
No, this is a very good one. Oh God, there's your tan panels. Man, those tan panels came out really nice. Both of them.
They really did. Yeah.
It's really good. This panel, you know what's interesting? This panel almost looks like the same dark tan.
Yeah, it really does.
But again, remember how we were looking back here? Other than this gray, which you've already done, this red you've already done. I don't see any other panel colors back here.
No, I don't either.
I don't see it. Just the black soot and then just rust and stuff on the engine cover.
Yep.
Interesting. This guy did a really good job. Now I have another picture of the bottom of the same two, right? So the bottom of the 5 footer.
Oh yeah.
And the guy that did the Bandai.
Oh, he did an amazing job painting that thing. I just have to say.
Yeah, no, he did a good job.
Wow, those are great photos.
Yeah, I mean, I can. I don't remember. Did I put them in the Dropbox? If not, I will.
I think maybe you did.
I thought I did. Here's another one. Another picture. 5 footer.
Oh, with the black background, that's great. Oh, that's so cool.
Wow. Oh, hey, look at that. I didn't realize I could make this full screen, wasting all that real estate. What else? I didn't have a lot. It's very hard to find pictures of the NH model. Can I drag this in here? No, it won't let me. Well, it's, oh my God, POS. I have this one. Oh, now I can't make this stop doing it. How do you escape? Oh God, oh, what the hell? This one, which is one of the side panels.
Oh, look at that.
For the docking ring, at least.
Yeah. Look at that blast mark there. That's cool.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. They got this blast mark. You look how it's all torn up right here.
Yeah.
And right here.
And it's not. It's not over here. Oh, I might have to do some.
Oh God, heat gun.
Yes.
Get the heat gun. Start folding that plastic up. Come on, ultra realistic man.
Right, dude. The ultra weathering, as we shall call it. That is super cool, man.
I think, yeah, that's all I got.
That's super cool, though, man. Very, very cool. All right, let me grab my printed parts from tonight.
Yeah, grab those. I'm gonna check. I'll catch up on chat because they've been talking like crazy.
Cool.
Not everybody going in the back. Phone got stupid. I actually saved the FEP film. Oh, good, Andrew.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Then they're talking to each other. Buck says Edo Brock or Edo Weiss. Look at you. You're becoming a professional resin 3D printer.
Right. So these are the side light boxes for the side windows. And then this is the matching vent. So these three are for Ken. So we only have a couple more prints to do How many do I have left? Let's take a look real quick. I have another one set up and ready to go inside the machine. Then so we only have two more prints to do, and then all of them are done. So getting pretty close to being done. Hell yeah.
Oh, I did. You know what? I did put a bunch of pictures in the Dropbox. They're actually really good pictures too. I think I shared this folder. I think there's a lot of pictures in here of the NH Falcon.
Okay, cool.
Oh my
yeah.
God, there's hundreds of them. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Yes, there's plenty of pictures in here.
Awesome.
If not, I will. I'll put the link in the folder again.
Awesome. The ding marks are from when Deanna Troy was piloting. Yep. She's she's well, when you're drunk all the time, that's what happens. Just saying.
Where's PG Falcon? PG Falcon.
Sweet. I'm gonna go start the next print. Let's go ahead and mix this up real quick. Actually, we're fine. Famous last words. Print.
And I'm gonna pin it. Pin it. All right. I put it in the PG Falcon in Discord.
Nice.
But be careful because you're gonna go down a rabbit hole. There's so many of these pictures.
Well, those are the type of rabbit holes you want to go down, unlike the real rabbit holes.
Yeah, there's 200 pictures in here. I didn't think I had collected all those, but yes, I guess so. Ken says he's going to have to buy rust pigments or a panel wash. Yep. The sepia works great for that. That sepia Vallejo.
Nice.
Fills. It's a house long. Did they do a Titan ship? What? Who?
Who and what?
Yeah, what are we talking about? Buck says, "Wait, Jordan is starting the next Prince."
I am starting the next print.
Oh,
Yep.
Rust streaking effects. There's things. I'm gonna do both. I'd like to use some rust powder, especially down inside like the maintenance pits.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the tricky part of rust powder is unless you do it with a really stiff brush, you can only get like the highlights, right? If you use a sponge, it's only going to touch the edges of the parts. It's great for like adding weathering edges and stuff, but not for like painting. That would be more like an airbrush, a really fine like 0.2 needle airbrush. But Buck says, "Don't do it, Jordan." What is this? So what is that? The studio model? And what was those pictures from what movie?
Oh man,
that was the studio model of the 5-foot A New Hope Falcon, which is what the Bandai is based on. That's what those pictures were. Buck says, "If you go on that rabbit hole, watch for the rabbit with a pocket watch. That's for sure." Anyone, did they do a plastic model of the Titan?
Oh, of the new Titan. No, there are some resin kits out there. Donnie knows better. He's actually built the Titan A from resin. So, but there's no plastic kits yet. So I imagine that we'll probably see something about that at Wonderfest next year. I would imagine. Like they won't hold off on not making that kit for much longer, I don't think, because people are demanding it. I hear it all the time. See it on Facebook all the time. People want that model. I want that model. I mean, hell, that'd be an amazing model. That'd be an amazing part work. Like, obviously, who knows if that's ever going to happen? But yeah, no, that's that'd be.
I found one that's 3.5 feet long. It's $2,700.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I think I've
About the time?
exhausted. Yeah, I've exhausted my makeup time for the Falcon, but I think it turned out pretty damn good. I keep looking at it on screen. I keep looking at it in person. Definitely needs to be dirtied up a little bit, but I'm very, very, very pleased with how this turned out. So here we are. Thank you. Thanks, Chase. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate all the tips and tricks and you coming in and helping me on your time. I really do appreciate that. Ken, thank you for stopping in, talking a little bit about the apps earlier. Eric says, looking good enough to make Todd jealous.
I already am. I'm so upset.
You know,
I'm
when it
flustered.
comes to the
Except he
when it
missed a
comes to
panel
the
or two, so I'm not really that upset.
right, and I'm also ahead of him on the other Falcon too, and so he's got Falcon envy, and it's a Falcon problem. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but my ramp on the Fanholm Falcon's probably going to work, and yours won't. So
It's true. I worry about that thing all the time.
To be fair, I did just pound out like 8 more stages, so I am trying to make progress on it.
You are, but then it's just the whole like getting it all painted and all that stuff. What's the weather like for you right now? Is it starting to cool down?
It was 114 today, so
It's October.
yeah, we're not there yet.
Nope.
I'm not gonna be able to paint it. I'm not gonna be able to paint it until like the winter comes. It's crazy,
dude. Insanity. Makeup time, brushes up, hands.
Oh God, yes.
Nice, Dash.
Why does everybody got to rub it in? This is an interesting question since most of our guys are here. I had a question for you. So I've been building my part works in kind of a sequence. So I'm building 10 of them. So I do, the Optimist, the LNR, blah, blah, blah. And then I start over and I start over. So I can get back to the Optimist, the LNR, blah, 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 and keep in order when I put them up on Partworks, mypartworks.com.
Yeah.
But because I'm doing that, some of the kits I'm getting faster than that. And should I be doing them in chronological order, or should I try to stick to that, you see all 10 before you're going to see the next one? Because realistically, the Enterprise should have been done like 3 months ago. I have like 4 or 5 stages of the Optimus Prime, like Buck's talking about. Him and I should be at the same point. He's way ahead of me. So should I be doing them in the chronological order I receive them, which is going to not make a lot of sense on my Partworks, but I will probably get through stuff faster and get caught up time-wise faster?
That's a good question. Do you find yourself waiting for parts to, like, is the only thing that prevents you from putting them out in order is not having the parts?
Well, now, no, I'm so far behind that I could wait 2 months and for parts to show up. I mean, I have 37 boxes of things I could build. Well, 32 boxes. I have 32 boxes of things. So 32 packs of 4 stages, 5 stages, 6 stages, whatever it is, to do. And what it does is when I'm waiting for it, if I do it and keep ordering, like next up should be the Titanic, and then back to the U-96, which I'm doing every third build, I'm doing the U-96 to catch up. But I have the next Titanic as well. So that means even if I do Titanic, I'm still a month behind. I don't know. I don't want to just upset people if that they're kind of expecting the stuff to go in order. You know what I mean? Like they expect that the Titanic is going to come out after the Ecto 1 every time. So if the Ecto 1 comes out, the Titanic's next to come out. That kind of thing. Or does anybody care?
I don't think anybody knows this. At least that's the thing. If I were to offer a piece of my own knowledge from creating and releasing videos, no one notices. No one's paying attention to that. Unless you have someone like religiously following along with you on like a build, say that you've had really consistently. So what build would you say was the most consistent that you've been able to put out most regularly?
What can I put out most regularly?
Yeah, like is there one like lately that you've been putting out that just seemed, besides the U-96, that it just feels like you are able to get around to more frequently, or is it literally just maybe one at a time?
Like for example, the Eleanor. The car is done. What's left is to build the 4-post lift. I mean, I could probably bust that out in a night. One stream, I could bust that out because there's probably 2 or 3 parts in each stage, and you could just plow it out. Now, if I wait, it's going to take 5 months for those to come out. Do you see what I mean? Because the Eleanor would come out with the 10th build, right? Even though I have all the parts, you got to wait 5 months to put them out, or should I just build them maybe in the order I got them? Because, I mean, my oldest thing that I haven't posted yet right now, I built stages 115 to 118 of the Enterprise D. I built them back in June, received them in May.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. After that would come the Eleanor, the first part of the lift, which arrived May 30th. I haven't built it yet. It's October. That's 5 months ago. Do you see what I mean? This is what I'm getting at. And so I'm like, you should put on hold any build any is doing so. He really doesn't like it when he doesn't have my sites to rely on.
Yeah, so he can look at the pictures.
What else did he say? Dash says, say catch them up on your way behind. Well, again, that would take it back chronologically, right? So the oldest kits the oldest parts I have, I should build first, and just go in that order, regardless if I end up putting 2 Enterprise stages back to back on my part works. You know what I mean? Like, just because I feel, I go back and every time I post, for example, I just posted those Falcon parts, right? I just did 37 to 41. I just posted those yesterday, right? And 37 to 41, I received those June 10th. I built them a couple days ago and posted them today or this morning. So it's 4 months. 4 months. And I know there's people waiting, because I had somebody reach out to me. There's like, hey, when are you going to build your next Titanic? Because I'm holding on my build to wait for you. I don't know. I'm thinking about picking it up and doing
chronological.
Because the oldest one right now would be the Enterprise. Like I would have, and the Enterprise would be up next because I got that May 6th, built it in June, and it's October. Now, one of the reasons I'm putting up on the Enterprise is I don't have a base to put it on yet, so I can't really end it.
Do you want me to send you the stock? I can send you my stock base.
No, I have 2 of the stock bases. I don't want them. Eric says, as you receive, you get caught up to help with the backlog anxiety. And it is, I get anxious. Every time I walk in my room, there's a huge pile of boxes. Yes, Buck, I could send them to him. Like, yeah. Buck says, build them as you have parts, which is I only have Alien and Disney House. But it's different because it takes me, every 4 stages, takes me 8 hours worth of photo editing and writing. So it takes a long time to get through them.
Yeah.
I can't just make a little, no offense, but I can't just make a little 20-minute video and I'll move on to the next one. It's never that easy.
No, God.
Some of my stages aren't that much. That's true. It's like I said about the Eleanor. The Eleanor, some of those stages is to, put 2 screws in and you move on to the next kit. And some of them are the same.
Exactly.
We did that one. Dash says, I think you should finish UK some builds. What? I think up, maybe?
Ups. Yeah.
Some builds are actually done, like Enterprise should be done. Yeah, it should have been done. I finished it on June 17th. It's October. But the Enterprise terrifies me because it's a lot of work to write those up because I have to write the stock build and then write the modified build. So I'm writing 2 builds in every page, right? I mean, all the pictures are taken, but I have to go through all those pictures.
Right.
Ken says, before everybody leaves, make sure you signed up to Thermal Wrestle Jordan. That means hit the like button, smash it. We love it. I don't. It doesn't affect me, but Jordan likes it.
I do.
Don't forget the 48,000 pictures of each stage. To give you an example, I think I even put it in Discord. For those Falcon stages I did 8 stages of the Falcon, and it was 2,700 pictures.
Just no.
And those, they take a while to go through. Yeah, but you could build something a few boxes that part works, a few boxes in one, and then another. Well, that's what I did. That's part of what I spent. What was it, last Saturday? And all I did was just build Falcon. And I wasn't on a stream or anything. I just sat there and built Falcon and built Falcon. I built through 40. I think I finished through 48, 46, whatever the next. Yeah. So it's built through 46. But I have to do all the pictures and everything. So I
I
don't
would
know.
say chronological. Like if I were to throw my 2 cents in, chronological makes sense. It would help clear out that backlog, and it would make things make a little bit more sense just from a logistical standpoint. So yeah,
Yeah, the stack of boxes behind me is very large now. So
it's pretty epic. Yeah. Ken says you could also just build a box for it.
I could, and I combine them. I mean, once I get I have like 3 or 4 months of the GTR, for example, and I just combine them in the biggest box I have, right? So I don't have 4 individual boxes. I have one big box that has 4
Same.
months worth. But
Same.
still, I do that every month or so, and it's still too many.
I've got one of the very large
3, 4.
fan home boxes.
I
They're
have
full of
7.
Falcon parts.
I have 7 Agora boxes here, unopened.
Oh my god.
That's the problem. That's what I mean. I'm so far behind. Oh no, 8, because I have the big, huge body boxes out in the living room for Pack 10. It's like I can't feel like it can't catch up. Maybe that'll feel better because there's a lot of times where I'm waiting. I'm waiting because I can't do the Eleanor, and so it puts the entire list on hold, and just
Right.
move chronologically because I know I have those parts. They're here. I just build them in order.
Yep. That's a much smarter way to go. And I think Eric covered that best.
People wait. Build it makes you happy on the day and distress for a month or two. You get back to caught up a little. I agree. I mean, I know it's probably just me. This is me beating myself up, right? Nobody's. It's not like nobody's writing me and saying, "Hey, I've been waiting and this is bullshit, and I want the damn next stages." Nobody's writing me about that stuff, and it's not really a fan home thing because I
Right.
backdate them. So I backdate into the day I built them, or back to the day I like 2 weeks after I received them. So even if somebody goes to the website a year later, I still got all the parts in order. It doesn't look like there's big delays or delivery delays or anything. So I don't know. Ken agrees with that. It's like me building the Enterprise. Built 3 boxes. I'm on the moon and doing all those stages. Just wait. I'm not going to read that because there's more coming. So, but
More coming. Yep. No, that's the thing. Like
I just wanted to pick your brain, and most of the guys are here that watch our streams
Yep.
on the Discord.
Yep.
So I thought I'd see what you guys thought.
That's perfect, and that's the perfect forum for it because we're all the ones who watch or go to your site anyway. I mean, your website is top, the number one on my hobby stuff page or tab that I have at the top. So, like,
What about your
um,
website?
good question. Dude, I keep forgetting to do it. So next week I'm going to be doing another what's it called? Ready room. It's that time. I'm going to try to keep them towards the beginning of the month. And so I kind of given myself the deadline for that. So on that front, Jordan's going to have a website soon.
If you haven't bought the domain, don't say it.
Yep, I've picked out a name, and we're ready to go. It's aligning the stars is kind of a lot, and also as well, that website we found was bought. Aligningthestars.com was bought back in 2001 by Amazon. So that has never been available for us for forever. So
For some book.
it's for a book, yeah, of all freaking things. And so I don't know, but yeah, there's going to be an Aligning the Stars website. I have some ideas for things to do there, and printing, and I want to keep people up to date on the builds, and having a website would be pretty cool. So a couple ideas for that. So we'll be talking about that next week when we do the Ready Room. That episode is likely to drop on Monday. So I haven't recorded it, so I make no promises. I mean, the only thing I've got recorded right now and in the books is Saturday morning's Enterprise D video, and that's it. So we'll see if I get that one out on time. But on that note, my friends, that's what I got for you tonight. Got anything else for you, Todd?
No, I'm good. I'm curious to see if this outro is going to work.
So for Buck and Ken and some of you guys that are streaming on this side, we've been able to add the intro and the outro to, just like when you go press go live, it will automatically play your intro. You don't actually have to click the play the intro then live stream. So hopefully there may or may not be a outro at the end of this. If there's not, well, sorry. If there is, great. But otherwise, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I know that there was a million things y'all could have done today. Instead, you spent 4 hours watching me paint this, and I think that's pretty damn cool. If you guys have any questions or comments, tips, tricks, please leave them down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And my friends, until we see each other again, I hope you all have a wonderful evening in this beautiful world where you happen to be. And just remember, my friends, that 2 men can make a difference. Good night, everybody.
Keep your face happy because we don't know how long this is going to stay. Here we go.